Welcome to BajanRedsTV. It's your boy Bajan Barnes. Happy Friday. This is the first ever call-in show on a Friday night. Welcome to the chat, to the channel. What I'm going to ask everyone to like, comment, subscribes. We're going to have some fun tonight, man. We're going to chat about football. You know, anything we want. It's just going to be a fun night tonight. And we're going to see where it goes. I'm going to bring in our first guy that we're going to have into the stream, our man, Liverpool 12th man. We're going to see. He's going to join us in a couple of minutes. But, yeah, let's see what happens here. I've seen some guys into the background here. Redbird, big up. Ensman, big up. Let's get this going. So we had a sad news today coming from Liverpool, talking about Bobby Firmino is no longer going to be a part of Liverpool at the end of this season. This is a sad day for me. I'm sure for a lot of the fans of Liverpool. Bobby's been with us for 8 years. He's been an inaugural part of our team. He has been the first player under the Klopp system to start the transition to get us where we are today. I'm sad to see him going. He's done a lot for the club. But I'll be honest, I think he probably made that decision that he's not at the level that he needs to be to move on and to help Liverpool move forward. So I commend him for making that tough call, because I'm sure he did not want to leave the club. I posted the link into the chat that anyone who wants to jump on and talk football or anything else, come on in. Let's chop it up. Some good fixtures this weekend. We start Saturday off with Man City against Newcastle, which should be a pretty good game. I expect City to win that game. And then we have a few more games on Saturday, and then we've got the big one on the weekend, which we will be doing the call-in. We'll be doing the preview show tomorrow with Bajan Pops and Rasta Crab on tomorrow for the preview for Manchester United Liverpool, and then we're going to do our first watch along on Sunday, 11:30 Eastern time, Liverpool versus Manchester United. Liverpool 12th man's joined me into the stream. 12th man, welcome, bro.
What it do?
How's the week been, man?
It has been a interesting week, to say the least. We got crazy weather, so for it finally to break and for it to be beautiful out again, like Arizona normally is.
Yeah,
I'm happy, very happy. How about you?
When you saying freaky weather, like what is that? Was it cold? Did it snow?
Freaky weather meaning it was wet. It didn't snow here. It was wet. It was cold. It was very, very windy. And out in, for instance, out in LA, they had snow, for instance, they actually got a little bit of snow. So we didn't get that extreme, but for you to see anything, to hear the wind kicking left and right, it was something. And it's not monsoon weather yet. It's not monsoon season yet. So
that would be spring season for you guys, right?
Yeah.
It's been a hectic week for me. I mean, work has got me a little bit stretched out, but that's okay. That kind of comes with the territory. Mm-hmm. We've got a snowstorm heading into Toronto tonight that's supposed to drop like 30 centimeters of snow overnight, between this evening to overnighter. So it's going to be a hectic day tomorrow, but it's going to be interesting.
I still can't get how you can go through all that, man. That is night and day difference from the Caribbean.
Telling me, right? I got a question here from Redbird asking me what got me into the Reds. Bro, I could tell you, to be honest with you, I started watching Liverpool back in the late '80s, and and that's when we were at our peak. We were winning everything, and I fell in love with the team, Ian Rush and the Mandem, and you know what I mean, and Kenny Dalglish, and I just fell in love with Liverpool. I got to see some glory days, and then I had to go through a lot of heartache over the years before we got back to winning time again. So yeah, I just love the team, and those days it was us against Everton, which is our rivals back in those days, and I couldn't stand that team in blue, so I stuck with the Reds, and I've been a Red and will always be a Red.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone for joining us for our first ever. It's going to be awesome. I appreciate the love and the support. We've got two other guys in the background here that I'm going to bring in shortly. We're going to have some fun tonight, man. What about you, 12th man? What got you into the Reds? Like, how did you become a Liverpool supporter?
You know, I love telling that story, to tell you the truth, because what really got me into the Reds is because, one, everyone in the States, you don't get to see much of football. You don't see much football being on television. But during my era of watching them or getting into them, it was the 90s, the early 90s. So around like 90, 92, 93, around there, 91, 92, 93. And we were bad. So,
we were.
So it wasn't like, it wasn't one of those like, oh, I know a lot of fans today that are City fans, and I'm like, well, why are you a Man City fan? And they're, it's because they like the bandwagon. But for me, I was a huge Michael Owen fan, loved Michael Owen, and pause. But but that was someone. He was someone that I just really connected with, or he's my favorite player at the time. And yeah, once you're a Red, you're always a Red, in my opinion. So it just grew from there. And then there are a lot of bad years, but it was one of those things where you just grew with the team and the community and the support that you saw from people that you got to meet that are Reds fans as well, and them telling me about their, following the team during the '80s, during those years of real brilliance. Those things were really the cementing force in saying, well, there's hope that we could see those days again, maybe. So
yeah, for sure. I'm gonna hit up a bit of these chats that's coming through. So Ends man, guys, like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I appreciate that, Ends man.
Yeah.
Big up to the chat. John Conway. Big up, John. Big up BajanRedsTV and Liverpool 12th man.
Definitely.
John again, big up Ends. Redbird. Well, 12 man, no one can say you're a glory hunter.
No, not at all. Those are some really, really hard years.
That's a fact. to come in supporting Liverpool back in those days, man, you're a real true Reds fan.
Oh, absolutely. And especially, you know why, too? Because that was the era when United was they were just beast. And they got so much airtime. They were always on television. So there are a lot of people that I knew growing up that were, Manchester United fans, but I just never got over on me to support them.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna bring two other guys into this chat right now. Uncle Rods.
Yo, big up. Tough man.
Big up, bro.
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
You good?
Blessed. How about yourself?
Same as, man. Same as. Just living life. You know it is, brother.
Rod's been putting into work.
Every day's a blessing.
You've been putting into work, bro.
Yeah, you got to, innit, family. You got to, family. And I've enjoyed every bit of it because I had a show today with Macy.
Yeah,
and Devils United, and it was really good. It really had a good chop up on that, and I've got a huge amount of respect for it still. A huge amount of respect for her.
I have to watch that later on still.
Yeah, man, watch it later on. It was a good show, and we had a good chop up. We started talking about sort of like players from sort of like Man United's past, and she started talking about players from my past, and it's a really good chop up, man. I enjoyed every bit of it. As I said, I've got huge amounts of respect for Macy because she's got a really good footballing sense. She knows her football. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She knows about women's football, Portuguese football, and also Man United and stuff. So it was really enjoyable still.
That's
What I mean?
awesome.
But like you be doing your bit as well, Bajan Barnes, and you know what? I respect you still. And as I said, whenever your stuff comes up, if I can't watch it, I'll always hit a like on it. I'll always hit a like on it
I appreciate that.
and show some support on that because we're all one big footballing family and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I agree with you.
Yeah, and I just thinking because me, look, you're in the WhatsApp group and everything that, right? And I've got a Man United fan in there, I've got a Chelsea fan in there, I've got an Arsenal fan in there. Do you know what I mean? I done business. As long as you can come in and you're respectful to each other and you treat like a family base, you're fine. Anybody can come in. Do you know what I mean? And have a chop up, promote your stuff, and so on. So that's how it goes. I'm giving people a platform to sort of like promote their creations. You know what I mean? Like promote their stuff, the videos and so forth and that. And along the way we can all make friends along the way. Do you know what I mean? And be feel good. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, everything's just good, man. You know what I mean? God is good, as I say. God is good.
Yes, he is. And I got to big up Rods for supporting my channel and putting me out there on your show and your platforms. I appreciate that. Much love, my bro.
You're my Caribbean brother, man. Trust me, we're not too far
100%.
away.
We're neighbors.
Barbados,
we're neighbors, man. Exactly.
There you go.
Neighbors.
Hey, my dad had a friend. He passed away now. My dad had a good friend and everything that, like, when he come to England and everything, that he helped him out and stuff back in the days. And his name was Mr. Johnny. We used to call him Mr. Johnny. Yeah, and he was from Barbados and everything that. He used to crack me up when he laughed. He sort of started talking.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was a really lovely guy, though. Really lovely guy. Do you know what I mean?
If there's one thing I gotta say is that there's nothing like the Bajan accent, man. You hear it, and then it's just one of those accents that just get you going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cuckoo, right? Cuckoo, right? You lot eat cuckoo, innit? Cuckoo and everything, innit?
Yeah, cuckoo and flying fish, man. Cuckoo and flying fish.
I can't listen.
That's our national dish, man. No,
I can't listen. I had cuckoo one time. My mum made me cuckoo one time, and for that, I said, "Mum, don't ever make that again."
So for those who don't know what cuckoo is, it's polenta. So the Italians call it polenta. So it's cornmeal and it's done like mashed potatoes type of style. So it's very coarse.
Yeah.
And then in Barbados they would add flying fish, which is a fish you get there, and they would steam it and have it with a gravy. It's actually tasty, but some people don't really know how to do it properly. But my mom knows how to do it really well. So
I suppose at the day, if I had it from a Bajan person at the day, because obviously each island does their thing different, don't they? You know what I mean?
Yes, they do. Yes.
Like for instance, that day we got a thing we called bakes. Yeah, we call it bakes. Now the Caucasians will call it Johnny cakes.
Yes.
Jamaicans call it fried dumpling. They're like fried dumpling.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't know what Bajan people call it, but like everybody's got different names for like different stuff. But it's the same thing. So I suppose at the end of the day, people will cook certain stuff different than the others. So I suppose if I had it from I had it from your mum now, I'll probably like it because she probably do it obviously the original Bajan way. Yeah. You understand me? So I probably like it. But like I had it once and everything that, and it was probably said once was enough for me. I said, no, man, I can't do it.
Big up to everyone in the chat. I can bring in the fourth person right now, and then we're gonna start asking some questions that's coming through on the chat group. So Mr. Kilo, Chris Angel, he's got his camera off. Okay.
Hey,
what's going on, Chris? You good?
Of course, man. Just coming on here to try to show some love, you know what I mean?
I appreciate that, bro.
Oh, Uncle, what's good with you, man?
I'm here, yo, brother. What's good? What's good? Tell me. Talk to me, cuz.
Nah, sorry, I haven't been on this week on you, man. I've been busy with work, man. They had me on double shifts this week, man. So
Yeah. Some
Medically,
plantation settings, isn't it?
man, they don't. The medical field is it's a difficult field, man. Like they have
Yeah.
12-hour shifts, man, and then you have like 4 or 5 hours to rest, and you gotta go back to work. So it's just tough.
Wow.
I hear you,
Yeah,
fam.
for sure.
I hear you, fam.
So ends,
But
ends,
there's all the
Ensman's
space
got
for
a
you.
yeah, for sure, 100%. Ensman's got a question here for each of us. I'm gonna let each of you, and I'll answer it last. What's your favorite Liverpool goal? Rods, I can start with you, bro.
Wow.
That's a tough one.
Wow. There's been so many over the years. I do remember. Probably a lot of you might not remember. I remember one goal that was a good one, and it was back in 1978, right, against Tottenham. Played them at Anfield, Tottenham night back in 1978. That's a lifetime ago, obviously. But everything about it was great. Put it this way, the sort of football they was playing there 40 odd years ago is the sort of football they're playing now. It's the sort of football they're playing now, trust me. And this was a good team goal. It was a pass, and it got crossed in, header, back and net. There's about 10 passes and everything that, do you know what I mean? But it came from back to front, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was one of them. But like my favorite goal, fucking hell, Christ.
It's tough.
It is tough. All right. I'm going to go for Luis Suarez.
Which one?
Luis Suarez against Middlesbrough. He scored a hat trick and he volleyed. He literally lobbed the goalkeeper from the halfway line. Do you know what I mean? He lived at halfway line, and that was against Middlesbrough, I do believe.
I know which one you mean. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. So I'll have to go because there's been so many over the years.
I know.
You know what I mean? But if you put my arm behind my back and say, "Yo, you for choose that one," I'm for choosing it because he may be a scumbag, but he's a phenomenal player. He was a phenomenal player.
Facts. Chris, what are you saying?
2005 Champions League final, Xabi Alonso. The rebound.
Your rebound off the penalty.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's a good one.
Because of obviously
the importance of that goal.
The importance of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously, I think there's a lot more better goals, obviously. But I think it's just the significance of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have a special place in my heart for Xavi. I don't think he gets enough. Certain people will give him credit, but I don't think he gets enough credit in regards to like his Liverpool career or his career in general, like what he's done.
I wish he stayed for longer. To be honest with you,
he's a cold mother f man. When
he is,
rainbow, bro. Like
he is.
I mean,
he's actually doing well as a manager as well.
He's doing very well.
I think Endman has a question in regards to, but I guess we'll get on that later.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Tactically, I think Xavi, he's shown it's too early. I think, in my opinion, because he's a young manager, and I think you have to learn. But I think tactically, he's, you know, what I mean, he's doing good right now.
He's spot on. 12th man. Yeah. What are you saying?
All right, so I'm gonna say it's close. It's very close. But my favorite goal has to be Manchester, when we played Manchester United, and Ali gave that lead to Mo Salah to put the nail in the coffin for that game.
When Salah ripped off
his shirt, did a pocket Hercules.
That was cold.
That was cold.
And when you sit there and think about it, who was the guy that was running after him as well? Was it the Welsh kid, right?
What's his name?
You know what I'm talking about, right? He's pretty fast too.
He is.
Yeah.
He's pretty fast.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't Shaw. It was
the Welsh kid they got from Swansea and stuff. Was it Swansea? I think.
No, you go. I know you talk about. James,
I think it was.
Yeah, David James. James.
He's rapid too. So
yeah.
He is.
He couldn't catch him, could he? He couldn't catch him.
I think it was the grown man strength because you can tell like he was holding him off, like Salah was holding him off,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, man. That's a good goal. I didn't
That was the
even
best
remember
goal.
that one. I didn't think about that one. Yeah, that's a good goal.
I do have
You got a second one?
I got a second one though, that because if you want to do the caveat for this is that you got to go, is it importance to what it brought, or was the clear ability or beauty of the actual goal itself?
Deep,
Yeah.
deep, that's deep.
So if we're going just on the importance of the goal, you have to go. I mean, Divac's goal is by far the closest thing in my heart to believing and knowing that this team is just an amazing
First
stuff.
final
Against, I was gonna say against. Well, I'm not talking about the scorpion kick, which was that's just an amazing goal.
That was heavy.
You mean Everton? You talking about Everton one?
Everton? Are you talking about
not even Everton? And that's the thing. Divac has so many goals.
He does. He does.
Clutch, man. I think he probably has one of the best compilations.
He does.
Probably, like if they were to do a video, I think he's up there, like Liverpool wise, in regards to goals.
I would say the Barcelona goal though was possibly one of his greatest goals too.
Yeah,
you went from Hendo, where Hendo took the shot and then Divac put it away. Yeah. I've got two myself. The first one, which is a close second, and it was the importance of the goal too, was in Champions League. Was a Steven Gerrard screamer outside the box.
Yeah.
You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, he hit that with venom.
Yeah.
Oh, you beauty! Yeah. What a hit, son! What a hit!
That was fire. That was fire. But my top one, Rods, I'm going with you with the same player but different goal. Luis Suarez. He took the pass. He hit it off his shoulder. He took it around the goalie, and he just placed it ready. He just slotted it into the net.
Yeah.
I was like, the control, and to think
Newcastle.
It was Newcastle, and the defender was right on him. I'm like, how the heck did you even think of doing that?
Yeah, he duppied
period of time. Duppied the goalie, duppied everyone. I was like, wow. Yeah. And then the close-up for him too is he half volley. You remember when he chipped it over to the defender and then half volleyed it too? Outside the box. You remember that one from Suarez?
He had skills. In his prime, he was just nasty.
He's got a compilation.
That was against Norwich, wasn't it? Norwich, a hat trick against Norwich.
That was Norwich, yeah. And then there was the header outside the box. You guys remember that one from Suarez?
Yeah.
I don't think I remember that one.
Who was he playing? So the ball crossed in, and it was outside the box, and he headed it from
it was bang like that.
And it was a rifle straight in the net. I was like, how the hell did you score from all there with a header?
Listen, I've got a next one,
You guys are naming.
I've got a next one, So I've got a next one, I'm gonna leave it because I only picked one, so I'll pick two, right? I got next one.
Go ahead.
Daniel Sturridge.
My boy.
Daniel Sturridge,
my man.
Against Fulham, his hat trick when he chipped the guy, he chipped the goalkeeper out of the area, outside the area. He chipped him outside the area. He chipped him. He was like, oh, mate.
Yeah.
That went to the right side in the corner, the right side corner.
Yes.
I was like,
my
I was like, how do you do that?
My second one, because we're bringing up two players because of Mane's back heel.
Yeah. That's again Watford.
I like that sauciness, man. That was saucy.
Yeah.
Saucy.
Man, there's been some wicked ones over the years.
We have some great goals. Yeah,
really great goals. We are looking as a club. I think in regards to attacking players, I think we are in regards to scouting, in regards to bringing in players attacking wise. We do have low-key probably one of the best attacking players. If we're ranking attacking wise, we do pretty well when it comes to getting attacking players or developing attacking players.
Yep, I agree.
Suarez was supposed to go to Tottenham, wasn't he? Suarez was actually supposed to go to Tottenham.
He was
supposed to go to Tottenham.
Oh, I didn't even know that, really.
And then he wanted to go to Arsenal too.
Arsenal,
stopped him.
Yeah.
The 40 plus 1, right?
40 plus 1. That's right.
Yeah. If he went to Arsenal, if he went to Arsenal, Arsenal would be cooking in there.
They would have been. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Ensman with the questions. Good questions, man. Here he's
Oh,
got
no,
another
he
one.
has some really good questions.
What's one player you would have loved to join
only
Liverpool,
one player
past
for me.
and present? Ooh.
There's only one for me.
Past and present?
Are we doing just
Ooh.
Premier League, or are we doing?
I think he
all
means
time?
wait.
Because I mean, that's a hard. I mean, that's a real hard question.
What was one player you would have loved to have joined? Yeah, there's one for me.
Just the Premier League era we're talking
Yeah.
about. Okay.
You go first. You go first, then, Chris.
Wait, Premier League era. Wait, one player you would have loved to join Liverpool, past or present? Yeah, there's only one, Ronaldinho.
Oh, you mean? Okay.
Yeah, because I think what is one player you would have loved to have joined Liverpool?
Past and
past or
present.
present?
Yeah, one
I think
player.
overall, tough, man. Overall.
One player.
Yeah, to me, like I got into football, or I started loving the game of football because of Ronaldinho. Like, to me, I think he revolutionized the way we see the game. Like when you have because I know I was in a show with Uncle Roz the other day in regards to toxic fan bases and like rivalries and derbies and stuff. But the El Clasico is probably one of the biggest, right? I don't know. And when you have Real Madrid fans clapping Ronaldinho's performance, that to me symbolizes what football should be about, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ronaldinho offered, we were all smiling and things that we I guess the closest thing to that is probably Neymar, but we can go on for days about that. But I think Ronaldinho to me was the epitome of football, man. Like it was something special, something different, you know?
Yeah. That's a good show. 12th man, what do you say?
I'd have to go. That's a really tough question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, if you bring Messi to this team, that'd be we would have it would be just different levels. But I would even go maybe R9.
Ooh,
that's who
was
that was mine. R9.
That's a good one.
He was a beast, and
Could you imagine R9 and Gerrard?
Oh, stop it! Now stop it. There's no need for that. Stop it.
Know.
That hurts.
You know what I think too? 12th man. I think people underrate how good he was because of
absolutely
how short, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, how short it was. But if you look at his goal scoring records in regards to from he was in Brazil to where he ended his career, man, his numbers were ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I now, you know what I mean? But he was a player, man. I remember what year was it when he had the knee surgery and he was in doubt to come back for the World Cup. What year was that? Like he had the knee surgery. He like tore something. He did a knee surgery, and he was in doubt to go to the World Cup, and he made it back.
Wasn't that the year? Wasn't that 90? Was that a 96? No, wasn't that 96?
I remember he tore something like it was like a mate because
98. You mean
98? Yeah, I think that was 98. Yeah,
he messed up. He had like a bad knee injury. I'm not really sure the details, but they did the surgery, and he was supposed to be like 6 months out. And this man, the heavens blessed him, and you know what I mean. And he
got back.
He got back and stuff.
Yeah, big up Marque.
Yeah,
Rods, what are you saying? Who for you?
I have to go for Sergio Aguero. Conor Aguero, man, he was a goal machine. He was good. He was a goal machine. Do you know what I mean? He's like, he can get you goals. If he's on the pitch and everything, he'll get you goals. And I think alongside people like Gerrard and Xabi Alonso and that, right, he would have cooked. He would have cooked alongside them, man. And we was actually linked with him when he was at Independiente. We was linked with him when he was
Independiente.
Huh?
I thought
but he was linked with him there, but he had to go to Spain
Atletico
to get that work visa business. You know the work visa thing. You had to go to Spain, and because obviously those are the days that it was hard to get the work visa and this and that. You had to have so much points in Europe and all of that. So you had to go to Spain. He went to Atletico Madrid, right, to play for them. Then all of a sudden we lost interest in everything that, and Man City, when they got all that money and everything that, they bought him. They bought him, and the rest is history. And he became sort of like Man City's all-time top scorer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He was cold.
You know, he was cold when it came to sort of like in front of goal and everything that, right? He was cold. You know what I mean? He was
He
cold.
won,
He's
if
one
I'm
of those players
correct,
that they won't let you down.
did he win player of the young player of the year that year when they won the title, Man City?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
Yes.
because remember he scored that goal, innit? He scored that goal to clinch the title, innit? Because remember there was
Yeah,
losing.
that's when they were in the fight with Manchester United. Yeah, remember
Yes,
that.
yes.
QPR, right? I guess
And
it's
the,
I was gonna say,
It
Rod.
was
So,
QPR. It was QPR, correct? Yeah,
yeah.
and he
but
took
Rod,
his shirt off. Yeah,
would
yeah.
you would take Aguero over Messi? You think? Because I mean,
Yeah,
they're
because
same errors, same, you know.
no, but you know what it is though. You know it is. I think the reason is because of that. Because I've actually seen what Aguero can do in the Premiership. I've seen what he
Okay.
can do.
Mm,
We know at the day that Messi's a phenomenal player. We know that.
Right,
There's no
sure.
getting away from that. We know he's a phenomenal player. But we don't really know what he can do in sort of like in the Premier League. That's why I thought your one was good when you said R9. Because you know at the end of the day what he can do in the Premiership. And you know he can do it in Spain, and you know he can do it in Italy. Do you know what I mean? You know what he can do. But with Messi at the end of the day, right? It could be, I'm not saying it will be, but it could be a situation that he comes to the Premiership and it might be too fast for him. Do you know what I mean? He might not be able to get to do what he done at Barcelona. Do you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Ronaldinho, I think Ronaldinho can cook in the Premiership. Do you know what I mean? But
He's talking about
Messi,
coming back now.
huh?
Ronaldinho is talking about coming back again. There's talk that he might come back for.
his son apparently just signed for Barcelona.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he is. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But like, because I've seen Aguero can actually cook in the Premiership because he became Man City's all-time top scorer. Do you know what I mean? So we know he can do it. Remember that goal against QPR? That was phenomenal. Even I was cheering at that time. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want United to win the title again. Do you know what I mean? And so I was cheering, but he was a phenomenal player in the Premiership. And everything like that. I rated him highly. I was even more vexed that we never got to get him in the end because under Benitez we were supposed to get him. And it would only cost us about like $2 million. I remember going on like 5 Live, yeah, and you know there's this guy called Tim Vickery, and he's a South American football correspondent. And that he knows shitloads about South American football. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going on there and asking him about sort of like Sergio Aguero because we was linked to him at that time. This is a good while ago. And I remember asking him, and he goes like, you know what? Then Sergio Aguero is a phenomenal player because they call him Can Aguero, innit? They said Can Aguero is a phenomenal player because if Liverpool get him at the end of the day, he literally said Liverpool will be cooking if they've got this player. He was phenomenal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Awesome questions from Ensman, man. Here's another one. Start one, sell one, loan one. Zidane, Ronaldinho, Gerrard. Oh man.
Fuck, that's hard.
That's tough, man. I don't want to answer it because it makes it seem like I don't got football knowledge because like I'm South American, so I'm always gonna pick Dino and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, but then the thing is that like Gerard in the like.
What is Ensman trying to do with man? You cause him in to want to drink rum or something right now. Are you serious? Like really?
Yeah, like so like Dino to me like stylistically is my favorite, but then when you sit there and think about it, Gerard in the tough times, we all know we're Liverpool fans, man. Like when we were in the mud, man, he was the shining light.
He was
mud, man. And you guys are probably older than me, but like you've seen Liverpool long before I have in the mud, man. You know what I mean? So Gerard was the shining light. You know what I mean?
Trust me, Chris. The '90s was not pleasant. I'm telling you that right now.
And then Zizou, you know what I mean? Zizou was just all right. So
I'm gonna rip off the Band-Aid. I'm gonna do it.
Well, I wanted to ask you a question, Beijing, because you're about to answer. But like, I'm gonna ask you guys because you guys are probably a bit older than I am, but number wise, Zizou wasn't that big in regards to number wise, that statistical wise.
Yeah.
Maybe Gerald was a bit better in regards to statistical numbers.
Mhm.
So like, what do you think was the big difference between Zizou and Gerard's game?
There wasn't really a
Zizou
big
was
difference between the two. Zidane just did it on a bigger stage, in my opinion.
yeah.
You
Right?
think stylistically they were different? They were different, or
Very, very similar on how they
okay?
played the game. Gerard had a better outside shot than Zizou did. But controlling a game, I would say the two of them pretty much was on par. The fortunate thing with Zizou is that he played on a really good,
Yeah, Real Madrid.
balanced Real Madrid and French team.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Was he Real Madrid's first Galactico signing?
He
Because
might have
I
been
think alongside Figo now, yeah.
along. Yeah,
Figo,
I would say he is. Him and
Barcelona.
Figo, yeah, would be the two. Yeah,
Mm.
Yo, these questions are going mad right now.
they are going.
That's a really good question.
We got some good ones, and
You
they're
know-
putting us on the spot.
You know what, yeah? You know what? I with a Band-Aid, I would think I would keep Gerard.
Mm.
So you
So you're
started Gerard.
starting him.
Yeah, keep Gerard. Start Gerard. Fuck. Loan. No, sell Zidane. Loan Ronaldinho.
I was about to say, man, I'm about to send my hit squad out there and stuff.
No, because the thing is about if I loan
Hey,
if I loan Ronaldinho, he's coming back.
Yes,
Mhm.
He's coming back. You know, so Ronaldinho and Gerard can play together. You know what I mean?
yes.
So I sell Zidane. Zidane's gonna be the fall guy.
That's exactly what I was gonna do.
yeah.
Sell Zidane, loan Ronaldinho, start Gerard.
Yeah.
See, Zidane though, he would come back and make
Zizou.
a point
Yeah,
to
Zizou.
I know.
hurt you
I know.
every chance he gets.
But the good thing is that he doesn't play in the Prem, so we'd be good there.
Yeah, we'd be good there. Probably someone outside the
Okay.
That's some good ones, man.
a good
Oh man.
No, these questions are too good.
Redbird, Bajan Barn, Pops, and Rasta Krebs are the coolest guys out there.
Yo, Rasta
Thanks,
Rasta
man. Bring
Krabs has me. Yo, he cracks me up. Rasta Krabs, man.
Rasta Krabs it is.
Oh my god. Yo,
Listen, I was telling 12th man, we were talking in the background before we went live. Like me and Rasta Crab, we've been friends since we were in our teens, man. Growing up in Barbados, so we've been friends for a very, very, very long time. Very long time.
That's what's up, man.
Here's another
That's good
question.
though. That's good though. I rate that.
Yeah. Did you man ever play football, and was you ever any good? Ensman, I can start with that one. I played football for fun, never competition. My sport first love was basketball. I played at a competitive level in the Caribbean. I was scouted in the Caribbean for Division I in the US. Yeah, that was my first love. So that was my first sport that I really played competitively was basketball. But I always love football. Always.
Yeah, I was definitely a good player. I got a scholarship to play in NCAA, so in D1 too. So that was something. I played goalie, which was something different. Even though every goalie has wants to be in the field. So yeah, that was my little take on soccer to me, or football to me, was high school and part of college. I ended up not playing 4 years, but college school I went to was a party school, so it kind of takes its effect on you.
Of course. Chris?
Oh, so I guess to get personal and stuff. My dad was a so my dad I lost love for the game when I was very younger because my dad was very he wanted me to live his dream to be a professional player and stuff. So I was decent enough to get a scholarship after high school. I went to the University of Notre Dame. I don't know.
Oh wow!
Probably people don't know and stuff, but
in Indiana.
Yeah. So yeah, I was there. I was offered a scholarship and stuff, but I only stood there for a year because the lifestyle I was living obviously wasn't that great. I had bad habits or whatever, but after that I joined the military after that. So Would I say what I was great? I guess if I got a D1 scholarship, I guess, but
You would have been good if you got a scholarship at D1. You've
yeah,
been decent.
yeah. So I was decent, but did I want to be a professional? No, just because of my upbringing and stuff. But I was a center defensive mid, so I was a 6 back in the days.
Okay.
Right, is that you?
Yeah, I was a 6, man. But the thing is that I think I'm a dirty player, man. I was into tackling and pulling people's shirts. And, you know what I mean? But like, I guess reading of the game, I was pretty good at it. So I mean, I was pretty fast and stuff for my, So I did track
Nice.
when I was in high school as well. So I was pretty fast. So.
Was the
Nice.
MLS really going for you at the time, or for
Hell
me, the MLS wasn't even a thing.
Hell
So
no. I think, but when you really sit there and think about it too, because I think, because I'm only 31.
okay,
Okay.
So when you really sit there and think about it, because I thank Beijing for actually recommending the show for me, the corruption show for FIFA.
Mhm,
That was
mhm,
my time in regards to
mhm,
like college and stuff.
mhm.
So I don't think I was ever gonna be considered. And I think, 12 man, you're in the States, man. In regards to like even my kids, when I put my son into
Oh
soccer,
yeah, it's pay to play. Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
like the amount of money, I don't even want to talk about the amount of money I
yeah.
had to spend for my son to be in the winter tournament. The amount of money I had to spend for my son to even play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the treatment that he got and stuff. I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. And until we could go deep into it, but I think until the U.S. fix ups in regards to like that side of the game,
Yeah.
I don't think the U.S. will ever be up there because we did. 12 man, you live out here, so
Mhm,
there's so much culture in the United States. There is,
mhm.
and until we exploit that, like I want to say exploit, but until we grasp that talent or able to dig on
Really
that
mine it. Yeah, mine it out.
exactly, like
Yeah.
we're never gonna. I think in regards to athletically, I think we're just built different athletically. I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We can go into genetics and stuff like that, but until we harness that, I don't think the US will ever be in the level of being a footballing giant, in my opinion. I don't know.
Can I actually say something to that
Go
point?
ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
That's a great point because one, I think when it comes to, I asked if the MLS was around or really rocking and rolling because growing up, the only way that I could see going professional was if I went overseas, and the
You're right.
likelihood of that was
It's
even
rare, crazy rare.
It was even crazily more rare.
My time. Sorry to cut you off. 12 man. The Metro Stars was still a team, bro.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
You remember the Metro Stars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Miola.
I'm from New York,
Yeah.
so that's my team and shit. But
Yeah.
but that was still a team. I think it got took over by Red Bulls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
New York, New
That was
Jersey.
still a team back in my day, growing up and stuff. But
How about this? It was called. There wasn't even a. It was New York. It was the New York, New Jersey.
yeah,
Stars.
yeah, exactly.
That's right.
We had the Cosmos too, right? Cosmos.
Yeah, the Cosmos. That's the team that Pele played for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Cosmo,
Yeah.
So
Rods, you did you ever play football?
I didn't play football when I was growing up. I was more like I was into boxing.
boxing, yeah.
I did boxing and stuff and everything, and I was only at amateur level. I wasn't I didn't win any sort of like amateur titles or anything like that. I just had about 12 fights and won about seven of them and stuff. You know what I mean? And so I was always more or less into boxing. I used to watch football and stuff, but never really played it.
Uncle
I was never really any good at it. Do you know what I mean? Because that wasn't really that wasn't my jam.
Boxing is big for us out here. Is because I know like 12 man. I think you could relate to it, but I think out here we have like the Golden Gloves, right, for like young people.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
is that a thing out there for you guys or no?
Yeah, look, what it is, we got our version is the ABAs. That's our version, the ABAs. You know what I mean? Where people obviously from all over England will complete. You got like junior ABAs and you got senior ABAs. You know what I mean? And that's the obviously in America being a bigger place. You know what I mean? You got like Golden Gloves. You know what I mean? So like, you can win the Golden Gloves in like East Coast, and then you fight people from West Coast, South, and all that, because it's a much more bigger place. So if you eventually win the whole thing, and everything, like, you got to be good, because you're fighting people from all over America. Do you know what I mean? Which is a bigger place compared to obviously England, and so we got a version called the ABAs. You know what I mean? Amateur Boxing Association, they call it. Do you know what I mean? And you win that. Some people, when they win that, they go on to be pros, or some people just stay amateurs and just win it as much time, because they had this guy from up north, and he's from St. Helens. I forget his name, but he was, I'm sure he's flyweight. I think it was his flyweight, and he won the ABA titles the most time. I think he won about 8 or 9 times in a row, or something crazy like that. And nobody's beaten his record ever since. You know what I mean? Wow. And he retired an amateur. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, boxing was my thing. I used to watch football. Wasn't really any good at it, but I used to watch it. But boxing, and then later on I did when I got into my mid-20s and that. Do you know what I mean? I did Thai boxing for about 2 or 3 years. Like Muay Thai, did that for 2 or 3 years.
Hey, Uncle, I'm not gonna mess with you.
Again. Yeah, right. Uncle can get our backs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that crazy.
Hey, I tell you what, I'm gonna go back and do it again, because I really enjoyed Muay Thai. I really enjoyed it. It's so disciplined, and it's just so liberating. Do you know what I mean? You feel good when you do it, and especially when you start getting the combinations right and for that. Because I suppose in some sort of way I had a bit of a head start, because I could actually box. You know what I mean? But then, it's just obviously adding variations on it, elbow strikes and stuff like that, knees, kicks, and and stuff like that. But I liked it. But I'm actually gonna go back and I'm gonna do my grading, because I want to do my grading, but I never got to finish it. You know what I mean? Because the club actually moved away, further away from me. But I'm actually gonna go back and do my grading and just do the grading. I mean, I'm too old to fight now. Do you know what I mean? Unless it's an exhibition, I'm too old to fight now. Ain't no man in their 50s fighting. Trust me. You know what I mean? So
it's not even worth it now, because the older you get, the harder it is to recover, right?
Joints.
Yeah. Of course it is. Of course it is. But I will do an exhibition, obviously, because the exhibition is just like nothing in it. Exhibition is just an exhibition stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mainly want to go back and do my grading still, just see how far I can go in my grading and accomplish something still. But them sort of things were my jam. But like I loved watching football. Do you know what I mean? Some of the greats of all time, like Johan Cruyff. You know what I mean? Platini, Tigana, all them Monday. Do you know what I mean? I just love it. You know what I mean? I love the art of football, the way they, these people play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you go, I'll tell you something. If you go back on YouTube and watch the 1974 European Cup final against Ajax and Bayern Munich game, it's just like it's a game. It just amazes me, and I think that because the stuff that they're doing back then, all those years ago, people are just starting to do that now.
Yeah.
People literally are just starting to do it now, and I think that. And it amazes me how these people, and they like Top Muller and all their man there, from back in the day. Do you know what I mean? What's the other one? There's one he played for Hamburg. I always forget his name. I always get it up. I'll probably remember it in a while and I'll tell you. But all these people and they sort of like their technical ability on the ball back in them days and everything, and people are just starting to learn that now. Do you know what I'm saying? It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Rudy Fuller and them man there. Jeez.
Well, just a question for you guys real quick, because we're talking about like fighting. Have you ever guys been into like fighting, like in regards to like a fighting style, or like going to like a gym?
So for me, when I was in my teens, I did Shotokan karate, and I went as high up as first degree brown belt. So I was one level before black.
Out here in the States, I think Tough America has tested that. Once you're a black belt, you got to register yourself.
You do.
You got to register yourself.
Yeah. So the only reason I didn't continue is because I had to make a choice: is either play basketball on a competitive level or do martial arts. I couldn't do both because you get into the competing and all of that stuff and sparring, and it's like if you get injured playing, you know what I mean, doing basketball, you could mess up your fighting career, or if you get injured fighting, mess up your basketball career. So you had to make a choice. So then I chose basketball. So I stopped practicing. But me and my youngest, we planned to start to do Brazilian jiu-jitsu. We're thinking about getting into it together. So we'll see what happens.
How old's your son?
He's 14.
Oh, cool. That's a good age. You know what it is. That's a good age. Good age to get into sports like that, whether it's sort of like martial arts or boxing. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. It's a really good age to get into that still. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. It teaches discipline, which is the main thing for me, right? Because discipline is key, especially in this age.
Of course.
What about you, Tough Man? You into fighting, man?
I actually, I grew up on boxing. Obviously, you can see behind me how much I love boxing. But I started boxing. I was six or seven. I started boxing. It was one of those things where I'll tell you a funny, quick story. When I was younger, you know how you get into fights at school or whatever and such, whatever. I remember one time there was a kid.
You know all about that, man.
Yeah, right. There's a kid in my elementary school that wanted to fight, and he came to my house, and we had there's a crowd of people, not crowd, a huge crowd, but a group of kids all around us. And I remember my dad was at home, and he was like, what's going on? And I go, oh, this kid came, and he wants to fight. So my dad said, oh, you're a big man. You big man too, huh? So he went inside, he grabbed my boxing gloves and gave the other kid the boxing gloves, says, you're going to fight like men then.
That's
box it out.
Yeah. That's where it's at, man. That's where it's at.
That's where it's at. And the kid took the gloves off and ran away. He ran home. Because I was like, oh, yeah, put them on, it's laced up, ready to go.
Respect.
And the other kid was just like, oh, I didn't know.
He didn't want none of that smoke.
He didn't want none of that smoke. So,
none of it. None of it.
For me, in regards to fighting, it was just what I was taught in the military. So, obviously, what you guys see in fighting, I see differently. Because we're just trying to do different things, obviously. I'm not going to get to the specifics of it, but yeah, so that's where I get into fighting. It's just different in regards to you guys jiu-jitsu or boxing. We're just trying to do different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trained to put it this way, you're trained to take that man out quick as possible.
Yeah. I remember there was we had a seminar back in the day. I was 21 at the time. I think I joined the military at 20. So we had a seminar in regards to it. Israeli forces. So it was Krav Maga.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I've people don't know about it. Obviously, some people do, but
I do. I know exactly what it's about.
I know about it as well.
And yeah,
Krav Maga is serious.
They're built different, man. So they're built different. Obviously, I know how to. Obviously, because it's just military, but I don't think they teach that. I don't think you could go to your local fighting store or fighting
in Toronto you can.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can go to your local place and be taught that. That is just it's a serious.
Yeah, man, it's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad no bitch.
I'm correct.
Bad no bitch.
Right now, because of what I know, I'm registered in the state of California. So yeah, it's it gets to the point where
Yeah.
Where
I know where you're going. Yeah.
There used to be this program. There used to be this drama on TV. Well, getting on the internet, and it was basically about the stories about this woman, and she gets found in the middle of Times Square in this bag. She comes out this bag. You know what I'm talking about, innit? You know what I'm talking about.
Short hair, tattoos all
Yeah,
over.
sure. Yeah, tattoos all over it. Definitely. And every tattoo is a story. She does Krav Maga.
Oh, yeah. I know what
She
you're
does
talking
Krav
about.
Maga for that. And yo, that woman's serious.
Yeah.
I can't remember the program, but every kind of tattoo
He was
that
on
she
Major
got on
Network,
her
too.
tells a story of like obviously of what happened to her, and you know what I mean. And they try to piece the story together and everything that. And she does Krav Maga in that and everything that, right? Yo, she's serious, fam. I cannot remember what the bloody thing's called now, you know. Seriously.
Chris gonna find it out.
Yeah,
Big up to
sure.
everyone
find
that's
it, man.
posting these
Blind
questions,
spot.
man.
Blind spot.
Huh?
Blind
Blind
spot.
spot.
That's it. That's it. That's bad. I watch all episodes and all this. I watch
gonna have
it
to
from
watch
start
that.
to finish, right to the end.
I'm gonna have to
She
watch
does some
that.
serious moves in there. And what's the other one that you know? Ben Affleck and then that's with he's with that woman Jennifer, not Jennifer Lopez, another Jennifer woman.
Electra.
Yeah,
Electra,
and she
yeah,
used to do the. Yeah, she used to do this.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the movie at least.
Yeah, well, she should do a series on TV and everything that. It was about the Da Vinci Code. It was about the Da Vinci Code and everything that. And she played like a double agent. She's like a double agent. She used to work for the
Oh,
CIA.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, innit? You know what I'm talking about. She
Oh,
had some serious moves in there. Because Kristen Tarantino and it was actually one of the episodes, and she had a fight in one of the episodes. She's fighting against sort of like this black girl, and basically the black girl was her friend. But what is it? The black girl got replaced. Do you know what I mean? Put it this way, a friend got killed off, and these secret government people replaced her with something else, but obviously the same person. And then when the woman Jennifer found out that obviously it's an imposter for, they had a fight scene, and they said that in the day that's the best women's choreographed fight scene on TV
Alias.
ever.
Alias. It was called Alias.
Alias, that's it. Alias.
Alias,
That's the one. Alias.
It
And
reminds
it goes as the best one, best ever women's fight choreograph scene ever on TV. It was bad. It was wicked stuff. I'm telling you,
For a
wicked.
second, it reminded me. You guys were reminding me of. Remember that old movie with Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, Face Off?
Face Off, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a classic joint right there.
It was a
Yeah,
classic.
that's heavy.
Philip, big up for the question. Who's your favorite Liverpool player ever, guys? That's easy for me. It's Steven Gerrard.
Yeah. Same.
Kevin Keegan.
That's a good show.
It was a good show. Mine's El Nino.
Torres? Okay.
That was my that. I obviously said Owen broke my heart when he left the team. That's the reason why I can't necessarily say Michael Owen, but yeah, El Nino was he was the truth for me.
El Pistolero, you know.
Yeah. El Nino was different still. Ends man. Next Liverpool manager, Gerrard or Alonso? Ooh.
I'm gonna say Alonso, but that's because I expect.
I got an answer for that.
I think tactically, Alonso has shown. Because I don't want to discredit what he's done in Rangers, because he's delivered them their first title in how many years? So I can't really discredit him, but I think right now, because people don't really talk about what he's done in Real Sociedad, in his in the second team, the kids, and what he's done in regards to developing, and I just think he's very flexible in regards to tactically. I think Xavi is just different. Obviously, I think overall maybe Jara's the better player, but I think Xavi has always been technically different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
the only listen, I agree with you. I think Xabi as well. The other thing is that I think Gerrard, the only thing I would really say he could be ready for the Liverpool position is if fake Pep, as I call him, takes that Ajax job in the summer and leaves as Klopp's number 2, and Gerrard coming in as a number 2 behind Klopp to learn properly on tactically how to be better.
Can I interrupt you right there? Right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So I want you guys to. I want to see your guys' opinion because I'll respect every one of you guys' opinion, and we all have different opinions. But in regards to tactically, I don't think Klopp is up there tactically.
I'm with you.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, top man all day.
Here we go.
Or something. No, but like,
Here we go.
but I think, and not to diminish what Klopp has done. You know what I mean? Like, I think we all can sit here and say we all have love for Klopp, right? Like, I'm not gonna like, you know what I mean? Like, now, can we all sit there and say we want to change? Of course, like, you know what I mean? But I think tactically isn't Klopp's game. I think he is a mad manager, and he's great at it. Like, and I think that's why I think this season I think a lot of people are going after Pep Linders like Bajan, like a lot of people, because if you have to have a balance in your relationship, right? So
Yeah.
if Klopp's a mad manager, then you have to have a second in command or whatever to be tactical.
That's why I said both. I said bring them both on. Bring both on.
I do agree.
Bring Gerard on as the manager, as the face, as the person that plays with, dealing with the egos and everything else in the clubhouse, and have Alonso be the person that brings out the tactics of it and brings out those aspects of it.
But then, I guess that does sound great, right? But then, why would? Because now we're going into like the ego aspect of it.
Sure.
Why would Xavi, now that he's a number one, demote himself to a number two?
I can understand that. I can understand you saying
as long as you understand it, bro, we good.
But hold on. Let me cut you there. Let me cut you there, right? You got to think about it. You see, look at Ten Hag now, yeah? Look at Ten Hag.
Mm-hmm.
Ten Hag, that thing. Who's his number two? Who's Ten Hag's number two?
Oh, I don't know who Ten Hag's number two is.
Ten Hag's number two is McLaren. Yeah? It's McLaren. Not McLaren. It is McLaren. Anyway, this guy was with Man United before as Ferguson's number two. Yeah? When he left, he went to Middlesbrough, had success with Middlesbrough. He took him to the UEFA Cup final. Yeah. Then he went to Holland and and played with AZ Alkmaar. Yeah. And he won them the first ever league in the Dutch league. He went to Germany after that, to Wolfsburg, and everything like that. Flopped at Wolfsburg. He come back to AZ Alkmaar. Couldn't reproduce what he reproduced and everything that. Bounced around. He come to Newcastle. He's at Newcastle for a while. Bounced around teams, and there. Now he's Ten Hag number two.
Yes, yeah.
Ten Hag number two.
Steve McLaren, right?
Okay, but
okay. Steve McLaren. That's the one. Steve McLaren.
I agree. I agree. But then we're getting in this. I don't want to start. Well, let's start a debate. But McLaren, what type of player was he? Was he a player? So now we have to balance.
He wasn't really. He wasn't really. I don't think he was a really good player. But sometimes at the day. Yeah. Go on. Go to man. Go to.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
You got to understand. McLaren also was. He served under Sir Alex, so it's not like he doesn't have experience.
No.
So, and if you are the number two for Sir Alex, and then you've gotten passed over for obviously the bigger names and all these different bigger names that came along after Sir Alex left, to have the new big name once again come in as the top dog, that alone says that you have to have some humility and understanding roles and how you can actually really, really bring something to the table. You don't always have to be the boss.
I agree, but we're just assuming that they're egos, because at the end Gerard and Xavi were elites.
but they're also teammates. They're also friends.
Yeah, but
they're also,
Zabby and Gerard sorry to cut across you. Zabby and Gerard, and they are also good friends. They're also good friends.
Yes.
Of course.
So that's why I think at the end of the day that combination
that may work. It can.
It can work.
But
It can work.
That's the key word.
As you say,
may work.
May.
Yeah, but I say may work. Yeah, I say may work because what you're saying about Klopp.
Go ahead.
So what you said about Klopp is true because when you look at sort of like Benitez now, when you look at Benitez, that's what we call a tactician.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I agree completely.
He's a tactician because that game the other day against Real Madrid,
I was going to bring that
up. I guarantee you.
But he would have parked the bus. He would have parked the bus.
If they got to level it and everything that right, yeah. I'm telling you something of that. Benitez a certain day would say, right, we're not conceding anymore. He would have parked that bus. He would have parked that bus and technically,
Rods, I'll be honest with you. I think when we went 2-up with Benitez on that and as manning that squad, he would have parked the bus and says, all right, we up 2 goals.
Yeah.
You are not letting in a goal. Park that bus. Real Madrid ain't scoring. Simple.
I think 12 man don't agree though. Look at 12 man's face. I don't think he agrees.
Here comes the villain. All right, let me ask you this then. One, I understand exactly why, and you would say park the bus, but we are not constructed to even have a bus. We're a Ferrari, basically. You know, we're not a defensive-minded team. We're not something that
I'm not even mad at what you're saying, bro.
I'm not mad at you neither, but we're a Ferrari. We're Ferrari on used parts right now, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, but what you got to realize,
parts ain't even real no more. Parts they're used.
What you got to realize with Benitez and everything that, even if Benitez does, because don't get it twisted and everything that, Benitez had a lot of attacking players. But what he did at the end of the day, right, he always made sure they had the defensive mind first before they attacked. Because you look at Lucas Leiva. Lucas Leiva used to play for Grêmio. Is it Grêmio in Brazil? He used to play for there.
Yeah.
Right. Lucas Leiva was a 10. Lucas Leiva was a 10 when he was out there and everything like that, yeah? When he came to sort of like to Liverpool, but Klopp naturally made him into like a more defensive-minded player. So really and truly, even though Benitez got like a Ferrari team, he had a Ferrari team. I'm telling you something, defense first before you attack. That's why I'm saying that day. That's why what you're saying that day, Beta, even if we went 2 goals up, right, we're not conceding. Yeah. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it against Chelsea in the semi-finals of the Champions League and everything that, right? When we scored this goal, as they say, isn't it, for that? We never conceded. That's what we got to remember. We never conceded a goal. You know what I mean? And we went through to the finals and then obviously won it, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
So, all right,
so you're a part of that bus.
Like 12 man, I agree with you. I agree. We are Ferrari. However, having that forward mentality at that stage in the game with players that are not at the same level as they used to be in the midfield, I'm talking about.
Right.
Tactician-wise, it would have been way better for them to move off the midway line, step back a few yards, and invite the Real Madrid to come at you, and then hit them on the counter with our speed and our ability. Klopp just went throw a punch, Hail Mary against Hail Mary and Real Madrid. Did the 4-3-3, never changed the tactic, and we got slapped. And that was the mistake.
We got bitch slapped.
But that's like trying to say, let me just say real quick, Chris. That's like trying to say, though, we're going to teach a lion how to be just a regular domestic cat. Like, I get what you're saying, all right? But if you are a beast of a team, you just go forward. You don't think about defense like that. You just can end.
Honestly, I don't want to agree with 12 man, but I
Yeah,
have
no,
to agree
nobody
with him.
does.
But I have to, because this is where because I was in Coppish and I talk about the physical side of the game,
Yeah,
mental side of the game.
Yeah.
physically, we all know that the team
Used parts.
we go with your reference to use part. I don't want to say it because it's kind of disrespectful, but I think mentally, when we conceded that goal in Real
Oh,
Madrid,
it took them. Their head went gone. They were
just
gone.
went gone, and I think, it just comes to the point where it's like, shit. Like right now I'm in the fence. I don't know to be on 12th man side or Bajan's side, because it's like we can sit there and say tactically, yes, if we had a plan, focus on it. But I think tactics don't matter if mentally you're not strong enough to freaking make the plan work.
I have a question then. Just a real quick.
For sure.
Again, so would you rather have a team that you adjust for other teams, or would you rather have a team that is so dominant that they have to adjust for you?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Why are you that?
That's saucy right there.
It is a very good question, but I can tell you this: I would rather a team that can adjust on the fly, and I'll tell you why. If we know how Liverpool plays, they're 4-3-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was Ancelotti's comments? We are predictable. We're easy to prepare against, right? Because you don't have that unpredictability about you. If you can adjust, and that's what I said about changing up a tactics, just a slight change. You remember how we played Man City earlier this season when we beat them? We're not the very best of 11s that we had started in that game. We didn't play very high up the pitch. We stepped back. We held our own and then we countered. If we went up 2, if he made that slight adjustment and set it to Hendo as your captain, be like, listen, tell these center backs, don't play so far up, step back 2 paces back, and let's just still play our free-flowing style, but you're not so vulnerable for the speed to go in and attack you behind the defensive line, right? It would have changed the game completely. Mind you, but we all know football is a matter of inches. If that goal that didn't go in, that Salah and Nunez was going after, and that didn't get clear off the line, we would have been up 3-1 at that point in time. It's a completely different game.
Right? I say 90% mental, 10% physical.
But the thing is, to cut across you, the thing is about everything that, right? Where you say what is with the Benitez team and everything that, what it was in the day, right, is what I say with these teams. What it was defense first and attack after. Do you know what I mean? So naturally in the day, if you had a team in the day, right? Remember the day, under Benitez and the we went to the Bernabeu, and they had good players. Don't get me wrong, they had good players. When we did that, we went to the Bernabeu and we beat them 1-0. We scraped to 1-0 and everything that. We kept it tight and compact and everything that, but we were still attacking. Do you understand what I'm saying? However, when they came to sort of like Anfield, we beat them 4-1. We destroyed them 4-1. Do you know what I mean? With the same mentality. Do you understand what I'm saying? There comes a time, because you look at it this. One of the reasons why Brubash left, sort of like Klopp and everything that, because what it was, when Klopp come in, they're playing that heavy metal football and stuff like that, right? After a while, I think Brubash must have said, well, that's good, but you know what, we need to be a bit more compact. We need to, stop conceding. So Brubash really literally wanted to sort of like be more compact. He didn't want to play that sort of like heavy man football. Not that he didn't want to attack. We just didn't want to play that heavy man football because he's thinking that.
You really think that? Okay.
Yeah, no, seriously, he didn't want to play. No, he didn't want to play that.
Like, is that true?
Yeah, he didn't want to play that. He didn't what it was. He didn't want to play that heavy metal football in a way of where they. So look, he didn't want to like stop attacking, but what he was realizing that day. So when we was playing that heavy metal football and everything that, right,
we weren't disciplined.
We weren't disciplined. We was leaving ourselves open. So what he was trying to do is get ourselves more compact before we play that heavy metal football again. However, at the end of the day, right, when Linders came back from Holland and everything that, right, Linda's had different ideas, and he realized that well, look, he's listened more to Linda's than what he is for me. To me, and he's thinking, so well, I've been with you more longer than what this guy has, and everything that, right? You know what I mean? But yet you want to listen to him, you don't want to listen to me, and that's one of the reasons why they fell out.
Yeah.
And what you got to think about is this: it's showing now, because look at the day, right? When we played Real Madrid the other day, and from going 2 goals up and everything that, right? There's no way on God's green earth we should have lost 5-2. We should not have lost 5-2. We should have been able, if anything, look, I'll tell you what, the worst case scenario with that game the other day, the worst case scenario is we draw 2-2. That's the worst case scenario. Do you know what I mean? With the start that we had. You understand what I'm saying? But we wasn't disciplined. We wasn't defending. Do you know what I mean? It's like, we weren't picking up our men, because all Real Madrid did and everything that is this. They tweak their team, yeah? All they did is Modric move from the 6 to the center. Camavinga moved to the 6. He told Valverde in the day, right? We doing? Don't go back. Don't go forward. Don't go forward too much. Yeah, stay back, because when you go forward, all right, Nunes is ripping up that space, and he's running to your space and everything. Stay back, and that's all they did and everything that, right? And look what happened, 5-2. Now, to me, at the end of the day, right, we need to look at Klopp. Klopp's no idiot. Klopp's no fool at the end of the day. Klopp should have been able to do something at the end of the day to that team to say, right, we've given away 2 goals and everything that, right? Let's not give away any more goals. You know what I mean? Worst case scenario, we go to the Bernabeu all level and for that, and we take our chances. Do you understand what I'm saying? But it's a mere fact at the day that he wasn't able to sort of like change it, and the only people at the day he was able to bring on, and he thought was going to change the game at the day was Harvey Elliott and Milner, and then man, they man ain't changing games for you. Is a fact. The fact that they, well, maybe at the day Bubaj was right. Maybe he was right, and that we should be more compact at the day, and not too open. Because what is in the day, we got to think about it. The tactics that we played to Real Madrid the other day, and I said it on my show, and I'll say it again. We played right into the hands. We literally played right into the hands. They had a field day with us and from that. They had a field day.
Go ahead, Chris.
Something's not adding up to me and stuff, because I'm confused about the Bubaj thing, because so we weren't compact when we won the Champions League, because that's what Bubaj was there, right?
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Right?
No.
Okay.
He's gone.
Okay. Buvak coached with Klopp for 17 years. And this is why I understand, none of us go to dinner with Klopp or Buvak, okay? So we don't know all the ins and outs, what discussed. But real quick, Chris, if I was someone's boss and someone came out and said, you know what, I was basically the boss the entire time, and that you're only a mouthpiece. I think this is exact words for it. Okay? If you're to come off and say something like that, you've now stepped way out of your lane. Okay. That's out of pocket. Like,
where I'm confused though. This is where I'm confused though, because
who said that? Bubaj. Bubaj said that.
That's exactly what he said. I'm saying it verbatim. What he said.
That's why I'm confused. That like
that's verbatim.
This is new information. That's why I'm confused.
Way out of pocket.
I've never heard of it before. That's why I'm not confused.
But what he was, he did want to. He did. Well, I'm not denying that he did. Obviously he said that to Klopp because basically it was a big bus stop, and we're not going to. We as fans that are not going to know the whole ins and outs of it. But I do not know, and that was one of the things that he wanted to change. He just wanted us more compact. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what could have happened? I'm no genius. I'm not flying the wall, and for that. What could have happened for that? It could have started from that. Obviously, be more compact. Yeah, one second, guys.
Yeah.
I can understand the be more compact thing, but realistically, again, it almost goes back to the same analogy I used before. Klopp is heavy metal. Now you're telling them, I want you to listen to soft rock. Okay? Like that's on some other stuff. Like, as in, I get that for 17 years you've been listening to heavy metal, and then someone comes in and says, "Hey, we're gonna switch it up and go to something
alternative rock."
Yeah, we're gonna turn this. We're gonna change the channel. And again, I respect people's opinions, but I really like to think that I would prefer, and I get that, I would prefer to be the team that people have to adjust to rather than for us to adjust to them. Because if you have a system, it's easier to play the system that you know and that you're an excellent at. And people might have to adjust, and I understand that people can adjust towards trying to beat your system.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. You said you watched a little bit of you're used to watch American football, but now not so much. But there's practice teams that they play against.
Yeah.
They bring in a player that is the quarterback or whatever that is somewhat similar to what that team is going to play or how they're going to play. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are reasons why you have to raise your level or raise your bar to beat that team because your system is so good. Like Michael Jordan, again, you're talking about Jordan, you're talking about Kobe. Those teams were so good.
They were.
The triangle offense was so good. I know we're talking about basketball. It was
Tex
so
Winters,
good.
Tex Winters, man, brilliant,
Yeah,
genius,
genius of a tactician. That guy, okay, brought in a system that was practically unbeatable for the players that he had to utilize that system.
Yep.
He didn't say, "Oh, now we're going up against Detroit, or we're going up against Philly, or we're going against whoever. Now we got to change and go into a more defensive version or defensive this or that."
Yeah.
Klopp has a system that is when it's at its peak, and I can understand the parts comparison, but when it's at its peak, when it's humming,
I'm finally tuned. I'm finally tuned. The
tuned.
system works. Agreed.
That team is unbeatable.
You got a good point.
I know.
You got a good point.
I know, Top Man, but sorry to cut across you, Chris. Sorry to cut across you, Chris. Sorry to cut across you.
Ahead, bro.
I know what you're saying, 12 Man, and I understand it.
He's got a point.
What I'm trying to say to you is this, right?
I don't like it, but he does.
Uncle, I was against where he was coming from, but you know what? Now he's putting it that way. I get.
You know what it is? I do get him and everything that, and he makes a lot of sense. Don't get me wrong, makes a lot of sense. The brother does make a lot of sense, yeah. But my only point would be, at the end of the day, right, is Klopp being a system player, because that's what we're saying. At the end of the day, he's a system player. You know what I mean? He's got a system. You know what I mean? And he's got to stick to it no matter what. Some of the times, or quite a lot of times in the thing that, right, he's going to have to find out that he has to change it. Because at the end of the day, it's this. If you're getting worked out, week in and week out and everything that, right, well, there's got to be something wrong with your system. Yeah?
No.
There's got to be something with your system.
Something wrong with the players.
I'm
going to throw something back at you. I'm going to throw something back at you. He just said it. Do you have to change the system? Or do you have to change the players to meet your system? To play the system?
No, you change the system. You change the system because you know what it is today.
Because we don't have the players to play the system anymore. That's what.
No. Because what it is, check it now. And I think that check it now. When we played Man City and we played Tottenham, and I think that right, and we changed the system, and then the same players, but we won the game. Yeah, we won that game. We went to a 4-2-3-1, and I think that 4-2-3-1. So basically, it's a 4-2-3-1 when you're attacking, 4-4-2 when you're defending. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we won those games. Same players. We got the same players, and I think that. So what I'm trying to say to you is this: systems are good. Don't get me wrong. Systems are good. Yeah. But sometimes at the end of the day, right, you have to change it sometimes. When you're getting found out in certain games, you have to change it. Whether it's telling a man at the day, whether you say, well, look, you know what, I'm going to bring in another player and go 5 at the back. You know what I mean? Or whether you say at the day, well, I want you guys to drop back. So that means at the day 4-2-3-1. You have to change the system. You cannot keep on flogging out the same system if you're getting worked out. Do you know what I mean? Because what it was in everything that that game the other day. You look at the game the other day against Real Madrid for that. The Ancelotti at the day where made two little twerks to his team and everything that, and he won the game 5-2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to change.
Don't.
Go ahead,
Ancelotti's
Chris.
Ancelotti's an amazing coach.
But he's not better than he's not that much better than Klopp.
No,
he's not that much better than Klopp. I don't think he's all these things.
Whoa.
I'm not saying
do
he's
that.
better. Yeah, I'm not
Don't
saying
do
he's,
that.
I'm not saying Ancelotti's better than Klopp. I'm not saying either or. But what I'm saying, he's an amazing
Chris.
coach. But let's be honest. Let's be honest, though. Let's be honest.
You're getting me hype. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Paul, man. Go ahead.
We have to quit the Max.
Listen,
Chris, lo siento, amigo, lo siento.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry too.
Listen, that's a good topic. We can come back to that. Let me get through some of these questions.
Okay.
I tell you, it's good, you know.
Ends man again. Champions League final. We get a pen last kick of the game to win. Who takes it? Gerrard, Milner, or Salah? I know who I'm going with.
Milner.
So
I'm going Milner.
Milner.
So my heart tells me Gerrard, but my mind tells me Milner.
I'm going Milner all day. I don't want to see Gerrard miss that kick, bro.
Yeah,
I couldn't handle it.
So you thinking emotionally, or you thinking logically? What are you doing?
Milner is way more consistent.
He's cold-blooded though.
Milner's cold-blooded at the pen spot.
In penalties though.
Yeah,
he is.
He is
cold-blooded.
Now Milner's deep. Milner's deep when it comes to penalties. You can't play with him.
Yeah, for sure.
EMJP is Milner. Let's see. Here's another one. What past Liverpool player in his prime would you love to see in his team today? That's easy for me. I'm going Gerrard.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say something crazy.
I'm gonna be different though. I'm gonna be different.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick out the box too.
Mascherano.
Ooh. I like that.
I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be different as well.
Like
I'm gonna be different as well. Go on, tough man. You first.
I'm gonna say Sturridge.
Ooh.
Good.
Sturridge.
All right, do you guys?
Old fashioned, like no injury Sturridge, because no injury Sturridge is different, man.
Yeah, he's a different level.
He is.
Do you guys remember a player that came from Finland called Jari Littman?
Oh yeah.
Littman, yeah.
Yep. Jari Littman. I'd love to see him now. He was an amazing. I don't think at the day he got his chances at Liverpool. He was an amazing player. He was amazing, Jari Littman. Just amazing.
Oh, this is a wild one. Ends man. Save one, leave one, punch one. Mom, dad, kids. Raw.
He said I don't have to answer that one.
Wait, what the fuck?
That's tough.
Wow.
You all got kids, yeah? You all got kids.
Yeah.
I have kids.
Do not.
That's
I haven't got kids. So me and 12 man ain't got kids.
Yeah, we're out. We're out.
We're out. So you have to go. You have to answer it first.
You know what?
Leave one, punch one.
I'm pleading the fifth.
All right, save one. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do the soft thing and plead. No. So save one. I'm saving my kids. Punch one. Okay. My dad, 'cause he's a man. No. Damn. All right, I'm gonna punch my mother and then leave my dad because I think he can handle it type of shit. You know what I mean? And just leave it at that. No questions asked. Next question. Sorry. Let's go. Next one.
Wow.
Yo,
bro. I can't do that.
Man's wilded out here. It's wilded out here.
I'm gonna get clipped, man. I'm gonna be famous on YouTube because of it.
Yeah.
Move on. Next question, please.
Oh man. All right, here's another one from the panel. Each have to pick a goalkeeper, and you have to decide on just one, and Allison is excluded. Oh man.
I got mine already.
I low key, because I don't think he's talked about a lot. Dida.
Oh, you mean and I thought you meant just for that plays for Liverpool. Okay, you mean in general.
Overall, in general. No, overall in general. Yeah.
Oh, that changes up my answer.
So Dida.
I think I don't think he gets talked about a lot, and then now because I'm Colombian, I want to say Higuita because of the long hair, scorpion kick.
He's heavy.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna say that.
Scorpion kick.
Yeah, Dida. I think Dida to me. I'm always gonna pick South American goalkeepers, man.
Yeah, listen, there's a South American. I'll pick a South American one. Yeah, not many people will know about this. But I think he used to play for. I'm sure he used to play for Sao Paulo. I'm sure it's either Sao Paulo or Santos, one of them two. But he, literally, at the day, he was a top scorer in his team because he used to take free kicks, everything. Yeah,
right. We all remember.
Yeah, and we actually played them in the 2005 in the World Cup, the World Cup thing.
The Club World Cup.
Yeah, we played them in the thing that, and he pulled off a wicked. I tell you, he pulled off a wicked save from Gerard. You know, Gerard smacked this ball, and trust me, it was heading for top bin and everything that. I don't know how he reached that, and he reached it and just tipped it over. Do you know what I mean? I cannot remember his name, but. Yo, that guy there was a legend, fam. That guy. You must know the guy, Chris. I know you know the South American thing.
I got mine. German goalkeeper.
Oh, New York?
Khan.
Oh.
Yeah, good.
I see his compilations, man. He was different. Attitude wise, like big presence, like Khan.
Yeah. And then we're going just current, right? We're not doing all time, right?
Oh, you can do all time if you want.
You can do all time, bro. You can do all time.
Question. No, I was going to say, I thought we were just doing Liverpool. If we're just doing Liverpool, I would have said for a goal, for coming up against a penalty shot, I said Kelleher. I think his mentality has grown so much with what he's had to, go up against, and considering he's been in a number of our penalty shootouts have been him in goal.
He has a record. I would
say him or
he has a record.
He has a record.
Grobbelaar is a shout too, you know.
Yeah.
Grobbelaar or Reina? Who do you pick?
I think I'm going with Grobbelaar for me.
Yeah, I would do.
Reina was top bins too. Big up D1.
Yeah,
Manchester City fan.
But I was going to say, if we're just going all out, I'm not going back in history. I'll just do current. I'd say Oblak would be my choice. In athletic.
He's not bad, you know. He's good.
He's a really good keeper. Yeah, that's a good one. He's a really good one.
I think he's one of the best. Yeah, and considering the way that they sit back and they rely on him so much. Like he has to be the best player on the field almost every game.
Wow.
So
agreed.
Where's he from?
He's in Atletico. Oblak is
Scandinavia or something.
Yeah, he's one of those countries.
Countries. I'm not.
Yeah, I think it's Slovenia. I think it's Slovenia, if I'm not mistaken. You know.
Okay.
Big up to D1.
It is Slovenia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Big up, bro, Bajan Burns. Big up all the panel. Everyone hit that like button if you haven't already. Yeah, smash that like, people. Ends, man. Get the rum.
He's got the big questions, isn't it?
He does. He has great questions today.
He does. Fantastic.
N-Man's coming out with all these questions, but he's not here, man.
He said he's coming. He's chopping up. He's doing some editing.
All right.
Yeah. I got a lot of time for that youth there, but a good youth that, you know.
Yeah. Here's D1. Question: start, bench, sell. Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, Karim Benzema. Oh my days!
Fuck's sake!
They're all different though, right?
They are.
It's so crazy, right? It's all different.
Start, bench, sell.
I got mine. I'd start Benzema because he's just mentally he's just an amazing player. I would bench Haaland because he's just next level.
Cyborg.
And Mbappe wouldn't even have it being on he'd probably walk off the bench and go back home. And I would sell Mbappe because out of all three, he'd probably get me the most money.
I didn't even think of it.
That's a good shout. Still,
oh man, you way ahead of time, bro. You belong 10 years in the future, man.
Right.
That's a shout. Yeah.
I might stick with that, to be honest. I'll take the easy. I just copy you, man.
No, I'm sending Erling Haaland. I'm starting Mbappe. I think he's an amazing player. I mean, when he came on in the World Cup and everything and to score a hat trick in the World Cup final, it's something special. And you know what? At the end of the day, to be honest, they now really lost that sort of like World Cup. But it's going to be Argentina's name on the cup and everything. But they now really lost it.
If he had played 90 minutes, maybe.
It's true.
Yeah.
He didn't play
the second half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he probably would have started, he probably would have sort of like. It's all hindsight now, isn't it? It's all hindsight.
Yeah, sure.
Now.
Yeah.
It's all hindsight now. But sending Erling Haaland, you know what I mean? Keeping Mbappe, and then
benching Benzema.
Starting Mbappe and Benzema, but on the bench just for the spice towards the end. You know what I mean? Just to sauce it up. You know what I'm saying?
So for me, I'm starting Haaland.
Oh.
I'm benching Benzema.
Ooh.
And I'm selling Mbappe.
Okay.
I hear you.
I like that cyborg, man. He just got to download the firmware and he's good. He's something else, man. He's something else. These questions are wicked, man.
Before you even go into that question, though, to our Man City viewer, do you think that Haaland has made them too reliant on him being the focal point, to where, because the way that they're structured now, everything runs through him. It's almost like if he's not scoring, they're not scoring almost. Do you believe that?
You know what? I gonna say something, and then it might be a wild take, but it's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. I feel with the way that City plays, Haaland doesn't help them as much as he should, because they move the ball from side to side to side to side. I think if Haaland was in Liverpool's team, a more direct approach, he'd be way more dangerous than he is with City.
Agreed.
Go ahead, Chris.
Agreed.
I think people are not really talking about it, but I think one of the reasons why I think Manchester City is not performing at the level that they should, I think Kevin De Bruyne has dropped off a bit. In my opinion.
Yeah, that's a shout.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if the Manchester City guy is here, but you can probably talk about it more. I think both World Cup wise, I think both in regards to their season currently, I think Kevin De Bruyne has been the key for them for so long that I think this season,
he's dropped off.
He dropped off, but I think, a wild take. I think Alvarez suits them better than Haaland.
I agree.
And that's because I've seen Alvarez since he played in River Plate. So when it comes to South American players, I watch a lot of South American games. So I just think it suits them more.
Yeah. Isn't that going against your earlier points, everyone on the panel, saying you're now changing your system to fit this player as opposed to having a player fit your system?
Get out of here, man.
Oh, I want to hear that.
Get out of here.
I wish I had that.
Don't make us you broke your ticket in here, though. Listen, Chris, that's all I asked Chris something. Did you watch that game the other night? Boca Juniors and I cannot pronounce the name. Boca Juniors, because the Boca Juniors won the Super Cup, didn't they?
Against who? I did watch a game the other day, but
it's a long ass name, brother. Don't ask me to pronounce it, man.
1 second, let me check.
They won the Super Cup the other day.
Chris will pronounce that. While Chris is looking at this, Ensman with another wicked question. Owen, Torres, Salah, Suarez. Put them in order, best to worst.
Fucking hell. Man. What's he doing, man?
Velez? Velez?
Huh?
Velez?
Was it? Is someone dead? Hold on.
Find out for me.
That is really tough.
I saw the Velez game. I don't know.
especially since Salah doesn't get any real flowers. I mean, he should. It was such a hard. It was. So they did the show, you know how they do the NBC does the tour where they bring people out, the fan fest or whatever.
Yeah.
And I went to the one in LA, and it was a great event, you know. And they at the end allowed for a few people to ask questions. Now it was kind of cool. I was on TV, got to say my question into the two Robbies. And my question was, does Mo deserve consideration for the Ballon d'Or? And at the time, they even begrudgingly said, especially since we just had a great performance, he was like, oh, yes, I think you might have to bring him into that conversation. You realize this man has scored 20-plus goals in 6 straight seasons.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to ask each one of you a question. And I'm going to ask even the people in the chat. Do you know who is the only other player in Liverpool history to do that?
That's a good question. Maybe John Barnes, maybe?
Maybe Owen?
No, definitely not Owen. Yeah.
I don't know the question. I'm not going to embarrass myself.
Ian Rush.
Ian Rush. Yeah. I was going to say probably Ian Rush or Fowler, one of the two.
Fowler got injured, so he didn't do it long enough.
Right.
Same thing for Owen. But Ian Rush is the only other player in Liverpool that scored 20-plus goals every season for 6 straight seasons. That is crazy. But yet people talk about Salah is not clutch, and he's not good enough, and he's a one-season wonder, as they call him. Right. That's mad takes. That's crazy.
That's agenda.
Madness, isn't it?
That's agenda.
Hey, it's huge agendas.
Yeah.
So we got another question here. Owen, Chris, you're going to like this one. Owen, Torres, Salah, Suarez. Put them in order, best to worst.
Don't want to do it. Don't want to do it.
I'll do it.
Yo, Chris, it's Patronado de Paranada. Something like that. Patronado de Paranada.
I don't think I saw that game though.
Real quick,
the guy scored a hat trick. The guy that's one from Boca Juniors, and
Boca Juniors.
He scored a hat trick and then won the Super Cup, Argentinian Super Cup.
Do you know who was it?
12, what's going on?
I was going to say, real quick clarification on the question. Is that saying best as in the best player, or who I rate as closest, the best in my heart? You know, because there's a difference.
I'm going to say best player.
Best player.
For me, Suarez is number 1 then. And then it's then it's Salah.
Yeah.
Then it's Torres, and then it's Owen. In my opinion.
See, I got 2 changes.
Even though Owen did win a Ballon d'Or, but
yeah, he won. He's out of all those players, he's the only one that has.
But I think Suarez is different gravy, man. I think
Suarez is one for sure.
I really think about it too. He was great at Liverpool, and then he went and
did a madness in Barcelona.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And you really think about it, look at his age and what he did in Atletico Madrid. He won them the title too.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Suarez
he's playing with Neymar and Messi. I mean, come on.
No, but
he put up crazy numbers.
Yeah, Suarez is amazing.
I think the only player at that time that could touch him, number 9 wise, at that time, I'm gonna be biased, was Falcao at that time. Because if you guys remember, Atletico Madrid Falcao was considered the best number 9 on the planet.
Yes.
At that time.
Yes.
Obviously, he fell off, but I think it was him and Suarez.
Jackson Martinez.
But that's the thing.
Let's get out of here with Jackson Martinez. You always bringing him up. He wasn't that good, man. He was okay in Porto, but when he went to Atletico Madrid, get out of here.
Oh, stop it. I know you don't rate him. That's why I brought it up, you know.
I'm gonna go Suarez,
Oh.
Salah, Owen, Torres.
You know what?
I don't know why, but Torres to me, like,
Torres is the man.
he's just different gravy too. Like
He didn't do it.
too,
He didn't
but-
do it long enough, man.
Yeah, you see Suarez. Suarez,
Okay. All right. Yeah. I just
Suarez has got to be the top. Suarez has got to be the top.
yeah.
El Pistolero has got to be the top because there's things that he done on the ball. And you know what, right? Do you remember when he got that? I think 8-match ban.
Yes.
He got 8-match ban.
That was his season. He finished with 31, and Sturridge was second with 23 goals.
Exactly.
He was a clown for that. I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry, he was a clown for that, and we can go into like.
We don't even need to go that. He did a madness.
And the racist crap too, like, man, like, my God, but whatever.
I know. I mean, to be honest, I always say when I mention Luis Suarez's name, I always say that don't get me wrong, he's a scumbag and everything that, yeah.
He is.
But you cannot, I repeat, you cannot take away his footballing ability. He was just special. So in some sort of way, it makes me sad that he done that. Do you know what I mean? Because his footballing ability was just amazing. It was just amazing to see and everything like that. When Luis Suarez was on the pitch, you knew something was going to happen. Something was going to happen. Yeah. I mean, I talk about the 8-match ban that he got, right? And then when he came back, he just picked up where he left off. You wouldn't have known that day he was out of football. Do you know what I mean? That's why when he got the other ban, remember at the day they said he cannot play football at all. He cannot train. He cannot do nothing. Do you know what I mean? Because they know how dangerous he is. Do you know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, he's a scumbag and he can't get away from that. Yeah. But his ability on the ball at the day was second to none. Some of the things at the day I saw him do on the pitch for Liverpool and for that, it just left me my mouth open. I just couldn't believe that he done it. I mean, he scored a hat trick of times against the same team.
Listen,
do you know what I mean?
He probably had a circle on Norwich every time he wanted to play them.
Yeah.
He tormented that team every single time.
Exactly. Every time. Norwich was one of the teams at the day that was actually glad when he went.
I'm not even touching that one.
Question:
I will.
Country,
you see, you guys.
You guys
are trying away from these questions. I don't like that.
That's the easy one for you, Chris.
Well, I'm gonna say easy because obviously I can't say no other answer because of my wife's nationality, Jamaican. So I'm gonna say Jamaican one, and everyone else, pick and stuff.
What are you talking? What's he talking about? But what Caribbean country has the most beautiful women? I send Vincent, man. What I'm here. I send Vincent and the Grenadines, man. Stay there. You stay there on top.
I'll say, for example, Jamaican, obviously because of my wife, and I think.
No, man.
What the hell? What's wrong with you, man? Get out of here.
You only say that because you only say that because you're under the microscope, brother.
You don't want to be on the coach again.
Number 2.
I know it.
I say Barbados is Sri Lanka and the Caribbeans too, because
no, that's in they're out in Asia, Sri Lanka.
Okay, so Barbados and stuff.
Venezuela's got some nice women in there.
Caribbean, that's the thing.
They aren't really Caribbean. They're South American.
Dominican.
No, they're Caribbean, man. It's a Caribbean blood. That's Caribbean blood.
Trinidad.
That's Caribbean. Listen, from the Caribbean river runs through there. Caribbean. They're this side of the Caribbean. They're the Guanta, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. That's all Caribbean, big man.
Give up Haiti too.
It's like
Haiti as well. Yeah, Haiti. Yeah, Haiti as well.
Uncle, what you're doing right now is pretty much saying Colombia's in Caribbean.
Yeah.
Venezuela.
You might say that then, innit? Say that then. We'll claim you. We'll claim you. We'll take you. Yeah. You all got some good women down there, family. We'll take you.
Out of here.
Cuba's in the Caribbean.
They are.
I forgot Dominican Republic, Puerto Rican, but
Costa Rica, right?
Yeah, Costa Rica's Caribbean as well.
Costa Rica's
You know what it is, America. Hey, listen, Chris, get in the Caribbean boat, man. We'll take you, man. You're ours now. Your ass down, blood.
Nah, I think I too what I find to not to like, because probably people think I'm biased and stuff. It's just the culture, man.
Yeah.
Like Caribbean culture, Jamaican culture. I just find it to be attractive to me. The food, the music, everything about.
You guys forget in Trinidad, man.
Yeah,
Trinidad's nice as well.
about Trinidad, so I can't. You know what I mean? But
they sing when they talk, don't they? Trinidad sing when they talk. They sing when they talk.
That soca music is beautiful, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Soca music is the bomb, bro.
Yeah. Well, listen to that name. My family are from St. Vincent, and so I grew up with soca and calypso. That's what I grew up with.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? And you got to think about it. Trinidad is close to Venezuela.
Yes.
And at one time in Trinidad, they used to speak, the language was Spanish in Trinidad at one time. I mean, obviously, this back in the day, it was actually Spanish. You know what I mean? And obviously, it was the English and so forth. But like, I'll tell you something. Right? I'll be honest with you, yeah? Any part of the Caribbean that you go, you're going to find beautiful women.
Yeah,
it don't matter where you are. You're going to find beautiful women of that, because the Caribbean at the day is so mixed. Because remember at the day, you got French Caribbean, you got Dutch Caribbean,
and
like the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire,
Curacao,
and you got like the Spanish.
You got Martinique, you've got Guadeloupe,
and you got the Spanish part as well, which is like Venezuela, Costa Rica, Dominican, Puerto Rico, and places like that. So the thing is about you've got a good mix of people at the end of the day in the Caribbean. So it's very hard to say at the end of the day which one definedly has the best women in there, because you might go to sort of like a Spanish part of the Caribbean and think, Ross, them women nice are there. Then you might go to the French part and meet some just good. So it's very hard. I think everywhere you go in the Caribbean, I feel like you're going to meet beautiful women. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So when you go down there and think that, right, be prepared. You're going to meet beautiful women. I'm telling you, really beautiful women. And some of them, they got some really like clean and blessed hearts. And when you go to the French part of the Caribbean, and that, okay, you stay there. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say to you. Okay, because when I went to Paris and everything, my brother was playing at like this Jamaican independence thing in Paris, and it was just outside Paris, and it's like a part where a lot of Portuguese people are. But going through Paris and everything, you meet a lot of people, and they from Guadeloupe, a lot of people from Guadeloupe, and that. Jesus Christ! Women on the day. These 4 sets. Listen, I'm not talking to him because I'll just get you lot in trouble with your missus and that. So I'm gonna stop talking. I'll stop talking. But it's, you know what I mean. So it's finally hard. You cannot really say at the day which ones at the day has the best beautiful women and that, because everywhere in the Caribbean, if you go places like St. Kitts and everything that, you find some lovely women down there. Antigua.
Yep.
There's so many parts to the Caribbean and everything that you cannot define.
Virgin Islands. Yep.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Bermuda. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Places like that.
Yep.
So
big up to D1. Big up to D1. Liverpool to beat Man U 3-1.
I hope so, man.
I like that energy.
Yeah.
I like that. Here we got another question here. Ensman again. Wow, Ensman's coming. Good. Who could replace Virgil in Liverpool team, and you can't use Konate?
Naldini.
No, in the Liverpool team?
Right now. Naldini. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nah, Andrew, man. Come on. What type of question is that, man? Like, there's not even an answer for that.
No.
I definitely ain't saying Joe Gomez. No, everyone knows Joe Gomez.
Well, Carly G.
What were we gonna say? Billy the Kid or something?
No, I'm gonna cheat a little bit right now. Guavadol. That's the only person I want.
But it's not the team though, is he?
He's not on the team, but yeah.
That's why I'm cheating. That's why I'm cheating. A cheat code.
I agree with you, but I don't think he's a top player.
You don't think he's a clock player?
He is.
He's very. He's very. Not to say that I want him.
Yeah.
I want him, but I think when he looks at combativeness, none of our center backs that Klopp has brought in are combative, in my opinion. The most combative that we have is Nat Phillips, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree completely.
Yeah.
I think Nat Phillips would put his head. If you gave him the opportunity, Nat Phillips would put his head through a wall. If you told him the soccer ball was
I
on the other
respect
side.
that, yo. I respect that.
Yeah.
So now,
Yes.
now we see how it is. Now we know Nat Phillips quality because when you really sit there and think about it, Nat Phillips really had a couple like. Look at all the chances Joe Gomez is having. Not to disrespect him or anything as a player or as a person, because I believe he's a great human being.
Mm.
Look at all the mistakes he's having, Joe Gomez, and Nat Phillips is not even getting a look at. Why?
Okay, there's an easy answer for that though. So this is just my perspective, obviously, but my easier answer to that is this: I agree. Nat Phillips should be given an opportunity over Gomez. However, Gomez is would run circles around Nat Phillips. Nat Phillips does not have the pace that Gomez has.
The pace is in everything. I think the reason why
I get that, but it is with our team. And let me
I agree.
It is with our team under this perspective is that we have two fullbacks that play so advanced. Especially there's times when you see Trent in what looks like a striker position. Okay, practically.
Like a number 10-9 type.
Yeah, like a number 10 or or a false 9. I'm not say a false 9, but a number 10 space of the field.
Yeah.
Why I'm saying you have to have pace is because he's so advanced. One thing you might notice is the number of offsides calls for us this year has dramatically decreased.
Yes.
Facts.
Our offsides calls was easily our last defender. That's how at least I look at it. And the line was held so well with those four backs that we used, that you don't, now that you're pressing so forward, you're relying on basically these two center backs to hold that line. And you have to have two center backs that have pace to cover those fullbacks positions that are now empty. And especially when you have a midfield with a Henderson or a Fab that are, falling off a little bit on their pace and has fallen off a little bit on just their production as well. With their levels being somewhat subpar than their normal levels, you now put that much extra pressure on your center backs. Because now you're not thinking, oh, well, Trent's out of position, Hendo will be able to cover that spot. Or Trent's out of position, Gomez will be able to cover that spot. But often is the case is that I think with Gomez,
is that you?
All mental.
Tough man.
Yeah.
Tough man. You can be Liverpool's next manager, You see the way? Listen, do you see the way he just broke that down?
Yeah.
No, but
you see the way he just broke that down? He broke that down like a pro blood.
Both mine is to attach to players, though.
Yeah. I am attached to players. Yes, certainly. I am attached to players.
Nah, man, you can be the next manager, man. I'm voting for you, man.
I can't really argue with 12 man, to be honest.
I can't either. But I can hear
No, I'm the next manager, fam.
You've heard it on BajanRedsTV first. We got the next manager of Liverpool gonna be 12 man.
I got my assistant coaches right here.
And the next man in charge of the health department is gonna be Chris Angel.
Exactly.
Right.
I got my whole staff right here.
Yeah, man.
I kind of appreciate because when I go to college and I talk about my sports science stuff, everyone's telling me apply for the work. Trust me, I have tried. There is no opening. There's no opening. And I have
Chris is
not to be cocky. I have references. I have big name references, but it's just there's no opening. So what am I supposed to do at that point?
We need to find you in. Oh, I saw that show when Chris was breaking it down with the injury.
Yeah, and it was a great show. It was a great 100%. Show. Yeah, I got a lot of good feedback for that show and everything. That everybody's telling me it's a wicked show and everything that you should do another one again like that and stuff and everything. It was a really wicked show because he really broke it down well. It's such a privilege to have him on.
Because sorry to cut you off real quick.
No, go ahead.
Real quick. I took a Hippocratic oath. I don't know if people know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a Hippocratic oath, so I'm not gonna just send like, and that's the thing. I think with there's a lot of conspiracies going on with the sports science team in Liverpool, and it's like us playing players in red zones, us rushing players back. I won't last in the job because I'll say no.
Yeah.
I mean, Klopp, because I can't really sit there and blame everything on Klopp or blame him in FSG. I think there's a balance, but Klopp likes a small squad. That's been known throughout his managerial career.
Yeah.
Right? But then also FSG has been known to be really tight with the money. So I think it's a balance. So you have a small squad now, and I understand, and I guess in a way I understand why they rush players back because of the small squad. Because I guess Klopp doesn't trust a certain amount of players. He has to rush back. Now you hear the quote of Virgil van Dijk, which honestly we should kind of be talking about that a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
He came back from an ACL injury, and he's up now playing 90-minute games, where he should kind of be in a way easing himself back in. But because there's no trust, because there's not a man of his presence, of his stature, of his ability, rushing him back to play all these minutes.
Chris, can I ask you this then?
Go ahead, bro.
I did have another point from previous, but this point, what you're just bringing up, can you, being in sports medicine, the sports science of it all has changed so dramatically with recovery times and with the players being able to take, because it used to be you get an ACL injury, you're done.
8 months minimum.
Yeah,
and you won't even be back to the player you were. But
right.
But
now with sports science, hasn't it taken it to a point where, because I know that there's players that tore ACLs or PCLs, and they were done.
Back in a month.
That was it. Now you can see them being back in a month as opposed to 1990s or the 80s. You got a tear like that, your career was over.
Now look, I know you guys like basketball, right? You two love basketball, Bajan and Tough Man. Look at, for example, KD.
Yeah.
Right.
And compared to when Kobe got his injury.
Yeah.
The science was completely different.
Right.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So like, even though I not to, because I don't want to get in the realm of malpractice now, but apparently, if I'm correct, guys, you probably remember more than I do because I don't really follow basketball like that. Was KD rushed back in that series?
In my opinion, yes.
In your opinion, so now come to find out, there was micro tears in his Achilles.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So, I know, like when I was in Coppish early. Oh no, was in Coppish? I was in Jamie channel early talking about sports science, and someone was telling me I'm going into too deep in the sports science thing. I'm like, no, man. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, till this day, the hospital I go to, we get sued on a daily basis, 20 times a day for malpractice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And that's minimum statewide in California. When you go to other hospitals in other sports science or physios locations, they're up to 50 a day. So I don't know what the contract is. I don't know. You probably guys know more than me, but I'm sorry. In my opinion, if I was a player in Liverpool Football Club and I'm being rushed back and I'm getting injury after injury or I'm not getting, you know what I mean? Because I think as well, nutrition. People talk a lot of shit.
That's very important.
People talk so much shit about nutrition. They do. They don't think it's important, but it's so crucial in regards to your recovery time or way of life.
There's some simple things as, I was watching the game last night too, for instance. I would have never, you now see people on the sidelines for whether it's, basketball, American football, I know, but it's a little bit different because you come in and out, but they're on bikes, keeping themselves warm while they go through, the substitution period.
Yep.
You didn't really see that back in the 80s.
Back in the
You didn't
day.
see,
No.
you know, you didn't see people on bikes like, riding the bike. To keep
And
warm.
you guys can talk about it too in regards
That's
to
science.
the way basketball was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, physicality
Oh yeah,
compared
big
to how it is
difference.
now.
Big difference.
So I think in a way science has developed in a crazy way. And I know I think it was U12 man or someone else that kind of said, well, the science is better now. We shouldn't really worry about Luis Diaz, right? Which is that's a valid point. I'm not gonna sit here and belittle your opinion or because you're right, you're completely right. But you have to, in my opinion, you have to add into other aspects of his physical history,
Yes.
his physical aspect in regards of his
But
malnourishment.
he's never been injured though before. This is his
He
first.
hasn't.
This is his first injury,
His major
and the way he got injured. But Pickford is got a special place in hell for what he did. But
No, it was
Parties who took out Diaz.
Van
you're
Dijk,
talking about Diaz. I thought you were talking about Van Dijk. I'm
Van
sorry.
Van
I
Dijk,
apologize.
yeah.
I'm talking about Van Dijk. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about Luis Diaz because this is where I think a lot of the fan base started seeing the more sports science side. Because I think as a fan
because he
base,
came back.
we never really wasn't really looking at the sports science thing like it was a big deal
No, it's
until
a huge deal.
until the Luis Diaz thing. Until you see an MCL injury and then you see he come back 1-2 days in training and then he has to get surgery for his LCL. And I think that's what I like about certain people in our fan base where it's like they're not rigid minded.
Yeah.
And I think we as human beings we have the ability to have opinions and question things. I don't like people that are so rigid minded they don't dare to question things in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go get your research, go understand. And then if you don't understand, there's gonna be people in place to help you understand things. So you know what I mean? That's why I'm not gonna belittle the community, but that's why I like the coppish community because there's people like yourselves that will sit there and be like, okay, well, it doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then there's people then there's people that are like, well, everything's fine, trust everything's gonna be okay, and it's like, well, hold on a minute.
Yeah. Fellas, we got another one joining. It's one of my co-hosts.
Okay.
The man, Rasta Crab.
Oh, the famous
Rasta
I'm crabbing at the bare ends, brother.
Yes,
You're on mute, bro. On mute.
What I do, Star?
Yeah, what going on?
What going on? Hear that?
In the house.
Hear that Bajan talk there? Jesus, what's it? What going on? Cockspur, call me for ride.
Nice to meet y'all, fellas, man. I don't think I meet anybody here.
Blessings.
You know what I mean? So nice to meet y'all.
So Chris Angel.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Liverpool 12, man. He looked familiar though. He looked like somebody I know that went to jail in Barbados.
Oh no, it wasn't me.
You sure? You sure you don't want them ghetto youths, man? You sure?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you. Right.
I say jailhouse, you know. I say jailhouse, you know.
My bad, brother. My bad.
Yeah. People watching.
I love it. Crowd coming with a vengeance.
I had my kids, man, so I was a little busy. Sorry I couldn't join the stream and thing, but yeah, I'm here now.
That's all right, man. We having fun. We chopping up a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Chris was just giving us an education lesson on sports science, right? Because that's his field. That's his field.
Oh, for real? That's big money, boy.
Yeah.
Oh man. I live a bougie life, man.
Yeah, for real. Boy, I can tell.
And he got a Jamaican wife too.
What?
Yeah.
Shit.
Living the good life.
That's stress life right there. Jamaican, stress, bro.
You know the funny thing is too, like growing up, I'm Colombian, so growing up, I never would have thought in my life. Because I think a lot of Hispanics, if there's Hispanics in the chat, we stick to our own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's a beautiful thing of
America.
Not to get emotional, but I think the key to ending racism or bigotry among people. Is just being willing to experience other people's culture.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Facts.
And I think people are so naive in regards to, or too scared to experience other people's culture, food, way of style. You know what I mean? Like now I'm married to a Jamaican with 2 kids, so you know,
That's blessed, man. You
So
have to
do
do a
your
lot.
kids, Chris, do your kids speak Spanish? Do you teach them Spanish?
they speak Spanish and Patois.
Nice.
Well,
Nice.
Jesus.
That's a
Jeez.
bad mix there, boy.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
It's true.
But you know what it is, though. You know what it is. Not to cut costs. You know what it is, and everything that. I'll touch on what you just said about like culture and for that. Really and truly, when you think about race, prejudice, and racism, it's a lack of understanding a person. Do you know what I mean? And then when you get to know the person themselves and everything that, and get to know their culture, and that you get to understand that person, you get to form a friendship. I always say, and I think that is, you cannot judge somebody. You have to get to know them first before you say, well, look, you know, I don't like this person for this and stuff like that. But they always, I'm an old man now. You know what I mean? I'm in my early 50s. I'm in early 50s now. And I've experienced racism. Don't get me wrong, I've experienced racism in my life and everything like that. But I always think at the days, it's always a lack of understanding at the day about other people's cultures. Now, however, these days and everything, I don't think you got no excuses to explore other people's cultures. No excuses.
True.
Because like you got the internet, you know what I mean, you got YouTube, you got whatever. You know what I mean? And you can explore other people's cultures, learn about other people's cultures and everything like that before you make that judgment and everything like that. So yes, it's a lack of understanding in the day about other cultures and other people. Because at the end of the day, they always say like, you know, we want tolerance and everything. I don't want to be tolerated. It's not about you and anybody else. I don't want to be tolerated and everything like that, right? You know what I mean? I want to be understand, and if you like me for who I am, you like me for who I am. But the only way you're gonna do that and everything is to get to know me as a person, and I get to know you as a person. Do you know what I mean? And that's what's wonderful things in life and everything that. See me now, I don't hate anybody. Do you know what I mean? I don't hate anybody unless they do harm against me. Then you know what I mean. Then it's a different matter. Other than that, and everything, I got friends of all different nationalities. Do you know what I mean? All different nationalities. I've got friends and everything that, and I get on with everybody that get on with me. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's all about sort of like understanding each other. That's why I've got my WhatsApp group. I've got my WhatsApp group and everything that, and I've got Chelsea fans in there. I've got Arsenal fans in there, and I've got Man United fans in there. I've done a show tonight with this lady Macy. We done a show together and everything that, right? And it was a brilliant show. Do you know what I mean? You know, and I just what I want in the day is my WhatsApp group to be a footballing family. And everybody to be respectful to each other. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's the only way we grow as a people. You know what I mean? Not grow as a community, but we grow as a people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
You know, and that's what we do.
Facts.
I wanted to start some controversy and Rasta Crab's kind of hype and stuff. I saw the video a couple of days ago and the man was on fire.
Yo, always.
Rasta Crabs. Can you please tell the chat and the people who are you willing to sell this summer?
The whole team, brother. The whole team.
Oh God, damn.
Listen,
man.
Listen. Real talk. I tell men already. If you give me 80 mil for Salah right now, I will tell you check it and go, man. You know what I'm saying? For real. Real talk. If you tell me, give me 80 mil for Salah, he gone. You give me another 30 mil for Gomez, he gone. The only man I don't see selling right now that is important in the team is like Virgil right now. For right now, Virgil, he could stay because, you know, I think he just needs to step up the game a little bit. But yeah, honestly, man, I feel Salah at that point that, listen, the man is one of the greatest players I ever played for the team, right? But,
so I'm gonna name some players for you, right? I'm gonna name some players for you. You tell me if you sell them or not.
Okay, yeah.
All right, we got Allison as goalkeeper. Who?
Nah, you
who
gotta
we
keep
go?
Ali.
You
Best
gotta
keeper in
keep
the world.
Ali. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Robinson.
Keep.
Robinson.
Robinson
Bench.
or Robertson?
Mm-hmm.
You left back.
Yes.
Of course, you gotta keep Robo. That's my guy, bro.
Okay. No problem. No problem.
He got sentiment too.
No
He got,
problem. No problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk keep 100%.
Okay. I guess our strongest center back partnership probably is Kanate.
Yeah, of
Keep.
course. Kanate is young. Yeah, you gotta keep him. Yeah.
Trent.
Keep.
Of course, 100, bro.
Okay. Oh no.
I don't watch Liverpool if Trent ain't playing, bro.
Okay. we have to talk about that a little after, maybe. All right. Fabinho.
Whew.
So.
Nah, he would be on bench, man. But we talking about selling or benching? What we doing?
No. We talking about selling or keeping.
Oh, sell. Yeah, we gotta sell.
I'm gonna make it hard for you. Selling or
Yeah,
keeping.
nah,
No
sell,
benching.
fam.
Asian
Thank you for
food,
your service.
prevention.
Goodbye.
All right. Okay. Thiago.
Man, that's a
Keep.
rough one, bro. I would keep
We'll
him
get
for now, man. Keep him for
We'll
now.
get back to that. We'll get back. No
Yeah.
problem. Henderson.
So.
Bumbleclad, fire away. Galang, so.
Yeah, got bad word tonight.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Customer general, is it?
Was 4-3-3. All right. So number 9, in my opinion, should be the number 9 for next season.
Who?
Darwin Núñez.
Oh, D9.
Keep.
You gotta keep D9, bro. D9 is fire.
And then right wing, I'm assuming for next season will be Salah.
Yeah.
Obviously. What would you think?
Like I just tell you, bro, a good price come for Salah, I would sell him, but if nothing comes him, then I would keep him, obviously.
what's your good price?
Yeah,
80 million.
80 million, bro.
$80 million.
Yes.
That's not bad.
31 years old, man.
Wolfman, contain yourself. You're gonna go after me. Contain yourself. All right. In my opinion, left wing for next season, if he's healthy, if everything.
Yeah,
turns out
keep.
Diaz. That's my
Keep.
brethren. If you would have
Keep.
said nothing else, I would have went after you.
I
would
know
have
a lot
too.
of niggas hate me for that, but yeah.
All right. So, does anyone in the panel disagree or agree with certain players that he has let to sell? And I'm assuming 12 Man has an issue with some of the players that he has to sell. Now, I'm gonna name another player, obviously, because I said it in another. I think it was in Bajan's. In Uncle's show. Jota.
Jota.
Keep.
I love Jota, man. You gotta keep him, man. You gotta keep Jota. Jota just
I
got
think I'm one of the few that says to sell,
What?
and that's because
I'm not ready for that. I don't rate you for that, you know, Chris.
The injuries.
no, and that's
They're
that's what I'm
they're
saying.
building
You
up.
guys are thinking too. I understand why certain people might not want Jota to leave, and that's okay. But then now Bajan just pulled it out without even me getting too deep in it. It's the injury.
Pause.
So,
Pause.
I appreciate that 12 minutes. I wasn't even thinking that way.
But can you
But
give me a reason, Chris, why you want to sell Jota? One reason. Just give me one good reason.
if I'm correct, since his footballing career,
11.
since 2017-18 season, he has not had an injury-ridden season since his footballing career started.
That's true. That's facts. That's facts.
I might be wrong and stuff in regards to what season it was, but it's only been one season.
That's idiot man Pep fault, man.
Here's another pep out man.
We can get into that later because this is where I want people to come and understand me a little bit. You don't have to completely take my side, but it's like
Yeah.
we look at the Naby Keita situation in regards to his injury, in regards to why didn't we capitalize at a moment where his value was maybe at a peak and sold them and kept them. Because now when you really think about it, doing the math, because I'm not in accounting, I know Bajan, you work in the financial aspect, right?
Yeah.
We spent $60 million on Naby Keita.
Yeah,
He's been here for how long? How much did we technically waste in regards to wages?
5 seasons.
Exactly. So how much? It's close to what? $100 million?
Yeah.
Now you mean to tell me, is that smart?
No. That's bad business.
That all right? So now I don't want to get to the point where we're keeping these, because I'm not going to sit there and say that Jota's career in regards to Liverpool is the same as Keita. It isn't in regards to number wise, in regards to production, and you know what I mean. But it's like I don't want to get to a point where now, let's say for example, he gets injured again this season. Let's no sit there and say.
No, I know. I get what you're saying.
No, but I know it's if and buts. I get it.
No, not gone ifs and buts. I'm just saying, Jota is not only. It's concerning that it's been 11 months. I heard that stat. 11 months.
11 months since he last scored.
Since he's last scored.
Yes.
That's scary. But considering the months before those 11 months, he was scoring for fun.
He was on madness.
Not disagreeing.
Top big goals too.
Yeah, it makes you say he has talent and he has the ability. When you're bringing in Keita, let's just talk about Keita. Let's just separate Jota for a second. Keita, $60 million. Again,
a lot of money.
A lot of money.
At the time.
The next Gerrard.
Yeah. But
number 8 and everything.
And number 8 and everything. If you purchased a car, okay. If you purchased a car, I can understand the fact of you saying, how much am I going to continue to put into this car? It keeps breaking down. When am I going to just sell it? Okay. But if you paid $80 million or $60 million, excuse me, for that car, you obviously had enough of an attachment to that car to say, I think I can get it to run. And Klopp has thought that he could get that car to run. It's just unfortunate that Keita has come up with so many dings and knocks that he doesn't play, that he hasn't had. When you saw him playing against Manchester United, the panel can answer this, please. When you saw him playing against Manchester United, did you not say that's the Keita that we bought for $60 million?
No, I get that, but you're picking out one game and.
But it was
between. But I'm not saying but form is always temporary. I get that and all that, but still, that's one game. But I'm just saying
he never had form though, 12th man, because he was never on the pitch.
But listen, man, Naby.
But there was a time when we were talking about an NFT midfield. At least I was. Where you would have Naby, Fab, and Thiago. And that midfield would have been nasty.
As a proper midfield. Yeah.
That midfield could have been healthy at all at the same time. Yeah.
Who was it that we never saw it happen, though?
Naby went kicking grass and got injured.
And who? Because when you really sit there and think about it, last season, he was technically his best season in regards to injuries.
Facts. Right.
So whose fault really was it?
No, and I get that. But I can say this, too.
Yeah, that's my question.
Wait, whose fault was it? It was Naby needs to stay off grass, I guess. But I mean, still, there's a pause too. But if you have an asset like a Naby, and this is again to the panel, if you have an asset like Naby, you have to get value for that player. You have to play him. You have to showcase his talents. Okay. You can't say you're going to get. How much do you think you're going to get for Naby? I mean, if we can all go around, how much would you actually think on the market you would get for Naby?
Right now?
No, how many
for free, man?
No, but how many?
How about last year? Let's just go last year.
20 to 30 million.
That's a lot, bro.
20 to 30 million, I think.
I don't know, man. Honestly,
that's like what,
30 million pound.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 20 to 30 million.
Isn't that what what was they? What were they asking for Casado? What was they?
No, Casado wanted 70 million pounds.
Do not compare my Ecuadorian brethren, all right? Do
not worth 70. I don't care how much brethren he is.
Exactly.
12 man.
But that's the point. That's the point. Casado's had opportunity to showcase his talents, and that's why he's at. And Brighton's overvaluating him. I think personally, but they say he's been able to come up with a lot of positive press, and often this is why I get so much on some of us as fans or as because we don't have necessarily the media as our forefront until now, I guess now for YouTube and such. But we allow for that narrative to sink in, and that narrative brings down his price. And I won't have a problem selling Naby. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But if we hear in the media, oh, he's sunken off, he's injury prone, he's this. And then the fans add on to it. All that's going to do is to say, if I'm an owner of a team, for me to go, I'm going to go out and get Naby, you think my fan base is going to be like, that's a great move? No. You got to.
You know what? You know what though?
12th man.
12th man.
Honestly,
12th man.
I
12th
respect
man. I'll tell you something, 12th man. Yeah, you will make a great politician in there. You will make a great politician.
honestly,
Yes, I swear down.
Well done.
I can't really disagree with what you said, but now let's go a little bit deeper into it now.
Okay.
Right? We have technically 5 players living on a free this summer.
Yes.
5.
That's an issue. I've a serious
Okay,
issue
now,
players going place.
I understand that you're big on. Cause I remember, I think it was on Jamie, right? I think you commented about like the family aspect of the club, and I agree with that, right? I do agree with that, but I think in regards to the current structure of the club right now isn't correct or isn't right. I think we're missing a chance in regards to capitalizing on selling players at a time where we can get some type of money back.
We're not though.
We're never going to get 60 million back for Kate.
We're not going to get 60 million. We're not going to get 30 million. It's the same thing earlier. You said the point about Mane. Look, Mane at his advanced age. I'm not saying he's old, but I'm just saying at his advanced age for football terms. Okay, and the fact that he only had 1 year left on his deal, or coming at the end of his deal. There's the price is adjusted towards that. It's towards what
I agree.
How much time is left on his contract?
We still got good money for it. Yeah, but 12 man,
and we got good
money
for him.
Though.
No, I don't agree. We did. I don't agree. We did though.
No. What I'm trying to say is this. Yeah. What I'm trying to say. Sorry to cut you. I know that Mane was in his last year. You know what I mean? I know that he was getting on and everything that. Yeah. But it's a fact at the day that we relatively did get good money for him. Not as much as we wanted, do you know what I mean? But relatively get good money for him. I think with the players that are leaving now, with the players that are leaving on the free now, you got Oxlade-Chamberlain leaving on the free, you got Naby Keita leaving on the free. Now Firmino is leaving on the free. Do you know what I mean? That's 3 players that I know. I know that
Milner.
Chris said 5, but I don't know the other 2 players. And
Adrian is one of them.
Adrian. Well, Adrian, we got him on the free anyway. We got Adrian on the free anyway.
That doesn't really matter. But
Adrian is a Liverpool player. Yeah, I don't even know that.
Don't disrespect the Spanish brother. He
Come on, man.
He helped us win the
title.
No,
we got Adrian on the free. You know what I mean? So that doesn't really count.
Let's just say something real quick. I just interject this point real quick too. Adrian is important to this team, the same way Milner is, but in a sense. But Adrian more so. He doesn't play. I get it. He filled in for us for some great roles when we needed him to play, and got silverware with him. Okay, let's keep that in mind.
7-2 versus Aston Villa too.
Right. So, I know. So,
let's not talk about that.
We're talking happy thoughts here. Let's not talk
about that.
Honestly, that's what I remember you for. That's what I remember you for, bro.
Let's not talk about the Atletico game.
But all I'm saying is this: Adrian is able to communicate. He's a Spanish-speaking, obviously, player that communicates brilliantly with other players and is able to connect them to this team. The one great thing is about at least football is, and this is why I was talking about family and unity, synergy and harmony within a team is so pivotal for you to have a real quality team. The one thing I could say about the past 5 years, at least, with this club when we were really winning, was that the synergy of the team was so brilliant. Everyone seemed to connect. Everyone seemed to like each other. It was kind of thing where you would say, if they had a dinner, they would invite everyone to that dinner. Okay? That kind of camaraderie, that kind of family feeling. Sure. And why I think it's so important is that Adrian, despite the fact that I don't think he's nearly even, he probably couldn't even be the third goalie on our team technically, but he's able to communicate to players and be able to like bring them in to understand of like a mentor role or a fatherly role, to kind of make them understand of like, okay, I get it. You've been in this league for how long? You've seen this, you understand that, to navigate the waters that you will come across as a player. And having those players a part of the team is why Milner at his advanced age is still a beast. You know, I get it. You can't have a Modric who's exceptional player and still continues to somehow get into that. into that gear all the time. But I can't say enough how that's important.
I want to continue with this topic. Well, let me get through some of these questions. We can just fire these off rapid fire pretty quickly. Ensman, best attacking midfielder, choose one. Ozil, Kaká, Iniesta. Kaká for me.
South American right here, Kaká, man.
Easy, easy.
Iniesta is a close one, though.
Not
Yeah.
But what?
Iniesta is more playmaker, though, isn't he? More playmaker.
But I'm a little confused though because isn't like Kaká was more of a 10, wasn't he?
He's
more of a playmaker. I think.
Was Iniesta really a 10 though?
He's an attacking midfielder.
He's attacking midfielder.
Okay.
Yeah, Iniesta would give you that sweet pass. Kaká could do that as well as hit it in the back of the net hard.
Yeah. Let's not sleep on
Kaká was levels, blood. Kaká was levels.
Ozil, he was still. I mean, there's a reason why he's I think the top assist getter at Arsenal now. I think or something like that.
Yeah.
There's reasons for that. So he was exceptional too.
Greatest of all time, Ronaldo or Messi?
Really?
Messi for me. I'm sorry.
Michael Jordan.
No, I would say Ronaldo because he done it in multiple leagues.
Ronaldo done 4 goals.
Yeah,
that's it.
Multiple leagues. You got to figure. He lit up trees in the Premiership. Went to Spain, lit up trees there, and went to Italy. Done shit there as well. Came back to England and and done things. And if he didn't win anything, but more time in the he lit up trees everywhere. It's like, was it Messi? He was in Barcelona. Don't get me wrong, love to pay enough for that, but we only know him from Barcelona. Do you know what I mean? He's come to PSG. He's not really doing much at PSG, but you look at Ronaldo and from that, you know him from Man United, Real Madrid, Juventus. Come back to Man United. So Ronaldo for me.
Here's
Ronaldo for me too.
Here's my rebuttal. Ronaldo probably is one of the greatest goal scorers of all time, but he's not the greatest of all time. Ronaldo has never made anyone around him any better. Guys took a back seat for Ronaldo. Rooney and Man U. Benzema and Real Madrid.
I mind that talk.
No, sir.
Bajan. Talking a bunch of
Bajan. Bajan, go on, sir. No. Listen, you got to think about it. You got to think about this and everything, right?
He's a goal scorer.
Look at what Ronaldo's done at these clubs and everything.
Goal scorer.
If anything in the day, he's made these clubs better.
No, he's a goal scorer.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what counts at the end of the day, my friend. It's putting that ball in the back of net, fella.
That's it. Goals win games, bro.
You know what I mean? Evasion. They got a saying in England and everything that they used to have this show called The Price is Right in England. Yeah. Right? And Bruce Forsyth used to do it. He's passed away now and everything that. And he always used to say, what the points make? Prizes. What does goals make? Cups. Do you know what I mean? I know at the end of the day that don't get me wrong. It's like Messi is a phenomenal player. Don't get me wrong. He's phenomenal. But you got to think about it. Ronaldo's ripped up trees everywhere he's gone. True. He's ripped up trees everywhere he's gone.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Even when he got into sort of like in his late 30s, the man was still banging in some wicked goal, You know what I mean? Yeah, the man's a baller. I don't like the guy. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the guy. But at the end of the day, he's a baller. He is a baller, man. And like he's done it wherever he went. Wherever he's gone in the day, right, he's ripped up trees. Can't take that away from him. I agree.
Listen, for me, it's Ronaldo because Messi was always protected by referees. In Spain,
of course.
If you touch Messi, it's a foul. If Messi ever come to the Premier League, he would get some lashes. Man like John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, that man would get lashes. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So he never really get no hard lashes before. He didn't know what a tackle is, man. He was always protected. That's the thing, man. He do it in our one league. Yeah, Ronaldo never win the World Cup. I get it. That's what law Messi.
Rasta Crab is a real Caribbean, you know. Rasta Crab is a real Caribbean. I want everybody to know Rasta Crab is a real Caribbean. You hear them talk there? You want to get a lash.
Yeah, lash, man. Hard lash.
Ronaldo never win the Euro neither.
Trust me, bro.
Crab?
Yeah, I hear you, man. But look, that can be a
Yeah.
debate, just like the LeBron Michael Jordan thing.
Nah,
It can be a
LeBron and
debate
Michael
for
Jordan
centuries
ain't no
and
debate. I
years
sorry
and
for that.
years. You know
That's
what I
no
mean?
debate. Zero
That can be a
debate.
debate, man.
Listen,
Leave bias though.
Ronaldo never win the Euro neither because he wasn't even on the pitch. He just was part of that team to win that game.
He got the medal though, didn't
He did, but he wasn't on the pitch.
he? Well, then he won it, then, didn't he?
He wasn't
Is
on
that
the
saying Harry killed them that Champions League?
pitch. 12th man? What are you saying, Messi or Ronaldo?
Say Pele?
Man.
Can I say
Right.
Pele? Wow, that's a hard one. That's a hard one.
I still
I
put
think-
Maradona above both, so just so you know.
Oh, if you did that, then I go Ronaldo. But because only you know why? Because the doing it in the Prem, doing it in Spain, doing it in England, doing it in Italy, that means that's something. And the fact of that, it is an easier path for Argentina to get into World Cup considerations
Fox.
than it is for Portugal to get into
Fox. 100%.
World Cup consideration. So those weigh heavily in my mind, at least. So I
Chris?
go, and I hate Ronaldo, but
Chris is gonna say Argentina. He's gonna say South America.
Hey,
I don't know what you're asking me for.
He's Latino, man. He's Latino,
No,
bro.
don't push it.
You're
in
gonna
my
say
mouth.
that, innit? Oh, what are you gonna say? You gonna say Ronaldo?
I was gonna say Ronaldo, but now I'm gonna say Messi.
Nah, you wasn't. Stop lying.
Nah, like I think you guys I think Uncle put a valid point, to be honest, and I think Rasta as well put a valid point in regards to I think now we're talking about egos, right? I think Ronaldo's ego made himself go to different leagues and test himself, right? So I think I don't think Ronaldo gets enough credit in regards to leaving Real Madrid or leaving Man United in a point where he was the best player on the planet and going to test himself somewhere else. I think not to take away anything from Messi, because I think Messi ability-wise is probably one of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah.
But in regards to
Yes.
in regards to Ronaldo's physique, in regards to his mentality, in regards to his hunger, in regards to I don't think Ronaldo was born with the talent. I think he created himself mentally, spiritually, physically into the player he is. And I think maybe in a way Ronaldo is more relatable as a player in regards to Messi that was just born with a talent. I think the gods just blessed him with talent, and I think Ronaldo's more of a relatable character or a player in regards. So that's why I would go with Ronaldo. But now because Uncle wants to talk shit, I'm gonna go with
Could we also just say though that it is somewhat? I mean, I didn't see Pele play, but it is somewhat like the comparisons of Michael Jordan to LeBron James nowadays when it comes to.
Stop that! I don't even know about this basketball thing.
But only because I'm saying that because I do think the concept of soccer or football to me was Pele. Pele was the face of football to me. He is the GOAT in my eyes. He's the greatest of all time. But yet, now we hear Ronaldo or we hear Messi, and I'm just like, are they better than Pele? I personally wouldn't say that.
Why do you guys think?
You know
why? Can I answer that question?
Yeah, go ahead, Rasta.
You know why? Because Pele did it all first, man. You see all them tricks and skills
That
and
trend.
moves that man doing now?
Yeah.
Pele pulled that off first. He did that. He was the first man to do all them things. You know what I mean?
It's the reason why you love Ronaldinho.
And he didn't have that
Same reason.
You know me, I love
market that
Ronaldinho
these
and
players
stuff.
got now, right? Sorry?
And the thing is that day with Pele, he's still the youngest guy to score in the World Cup today.
Yeah.
He's still the youngest man in the World Cup to score to date. Up to date, he's dead and gone in the flat. He's still the youngest man to score in the World Cup finals. Do you know what I mean? He was the GOAT. He set trend.
And he scored a bicycle kick in against the Germans in victory.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I know it.
I'm dating myself with that movie. I know. I get that.
I want to
No,
get on
trust man, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I watched it. I'm with you. I watched it.
They broke his ribs. He still did that kick.
Let me get next question, Lee. Next question.
R9, Del Piero, Shevchenko, Christian Vieri. Who did you rate the most of these bad boys? I am going with R9, bro. That's a difficult one, but R9 was next level.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
tough.
R9.
R9 next level, but you see that Del Piero
I was just about to say that, bro. Love him here. Jesus.
sauce. He was sauce, man.
He was sauce.
He was saucing up in the 90s and shit. He was saucing it up, man. And
That boy
even Christian Vieri, even he was good as well, man.
Don't
Them man
discredit
that-
Shevchenko too, no. Shevchenko was serious too,
He
man.
was serious.
Shevchenko was good, but you know what isn't they? You see how people like Del Piero and Christian Vieri, trust me, them on the godfather for Shevchenko, you know.
Yeah, true that.
Them
True
on the
that.
godfather for them man, you know. Serious.
True.
Real
I
talk.
like
You see,
Shetempo because he missed the penalty against me in Istanbul. So yeah, he can be number one.
yeah.
True. This is an easy one. Favorite boxer of all time.
Tyson.
Mike Tyson, easy.
Tyson.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Who?
Sugar Ray Leonard.
He's good. No, he's a good boxer. No, for sure. One of
No,
the
he was known as a comeback kid. He's known as a comeback
I
kid.
ain't gonna lie, but Mayweather, to be honest.
fire.
Yeah, Mayweather obviously modern area and stuff like that. You can't take enough away from Mayweather and for that. But I think I relate more to Sugar Ray Leonard like because his hand speed was phenomenal, especially when he had that fight against Hagler, when everybody thought he was going to lose, and he fought Hagler because Hagler was a beast. Remember, he literally took apart Hearns. He took him apart in 3 rounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I watched that fight in 1985, I think it was 1985. I watched that fight, and it was on TV, and it was just like he just took him apart. And then he had another fight with this guy called Mugabe or something like that, and this guy had sort of like beer knockouts and everything like that. And the way that Hagler ground him down in 6 rounds and everything like that. He took an uppercut from him, right?
Hagler was my
And
boy too.
you see Hagler's face wince and everything like that. But he come back and he won the fight. So for Sugar Ray Leonard to actually beat Hagler at the day, right? Hagler to me at the day is my all-time fighter.
Could I throw a name out there? Sorry to cut you. Could I throw a name out there? Roberto Duran. That's like my second favorite fighter of all time.
Too.
But remember, he got taken apart by Hearns, you know. Hearns mashed him up.
Yeah,
Hearns mashed him up.
But he had a lot of fights, man. A lot of fights.
Hearns said he could stop him in 2 rounds today.
I was going to say my pick is maybe because he's a dread, but I'd say Lennox. Lennox Lewis is very well is Lennox
Big
Lewis is he used to take it as he broke it down and he took boxing as chess. He thought of it as a chess piece, as a chessboard. And he became, I think, the one time that he lost, or the one time he got knocked on his rump, he took that as the next step and level of knowing I can get knocked down, I can get knocked out. It was like from that point on, he wasn't going to let it happen again. It was like more so he just, sometimes you go into as a boxer, and you can attune to this throughout. You go into thinking I can't be beat, I can't be beat. But then sometimes, someone puts you on your butt. All of a sudden, doubt seeps in, and you don't understand where to go to next because that's never happened to you. You're always the big bad boy. It's about how you get up and what you do after. And Lennox Lewis was that. No one had Lennox Lewis winning. He was a beast. He was an absolute beast.
I know what you're saying, but I know what you're saying, but I didn't really rate him. I know you saying. I know he has achieved quite a bit in the game, but I think some of the players, some of the fighters that he fought and everything, to me, and they were past it. He fought past it
That's it.
Holyfield. He fought past it. Tyson.
Same
You
as
know what I
Mayweather,
mean?
man. I want to hear Chris
Yeah.
defend his Mayweather pick.
But he,
Nah.
but he fought
What do you mean?
the Russian boy.
Mayweather's probably one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Man, Mayweather's
Vladimir
a good
Klitschko?
businessman. He's a good businessman.
Who held on to the?
I said one of the greatest fighters of all time, not the greatest fighter of all time. Come on, man.
My
No,
favorite.
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. People like Mayweather. You know what I mean? They proved it. They've done the thing.
Defensive,
Proved
like,
it. But
like just the way he.
I mean, come on, you're going greatest of all time. You go Muhammad Ali. That's a simple answer.
Muhammad
to
Ali
that.
to me is top.
Muhammad Ali is the GOAT. Period. He's the GOAT.
Or people like thing in it. If you want to go far back and everything, that
Rocky
Sugar Ray
Marciano.
Robinson.
Sugar Ray Robinson. Rocky Marciano.
Yeah, Sugar Ray Robinson. He came to sort of like England, fought in the 50s. I think it was the 50s. Fought a guy called Dick Turpin. Not Dick Turpin. Randolph Turpin. Lost against him and I think that right. Then he came back again and then fought the guy again and beat him and I think that he had some really good fights. He had hand speed and he had power. He had he had everything in the day that a boxer needed. Hand speed and power. Do you know what I mean? When he hit you with that right hand and everything that most times you won't stand up. He was a champion. You know what I mean? Of all times. You know what I mean? If you want to go back, but Muhammad Ali, yes, and then Muhammad Ali, he's got to be in there because I think at the day Muhammad Ali he kind of like put boxing on the map. If you understand what I'm saying, when his panache and his style and his charisma. Do you know what I mean? If he didn't have that panache, style, and charisma and stuff, you know what I mean, he'd have probably just been a great boxer. Do you know what I mean? Because he had that panache, style, and charisma and stuff. Huh?
I think Mike Tyson is prime would knock Muhammad Ali out.
Probably would. He probably would. You know what I mean? Because remember that day. Do you remember a story of a boxer and thinking that right that got 25 years something that for something he didn't do. Do you know what I mean? Something he didn't do. And these group of kids and college kids or university kids campaigned to get him out. You know what I mean? I can't remember the guy's name. If I remember the guy's name, I'll obviously tell you. And they were saying that guy there would have beaten Muhammad Ali.
Was that a movie that made about him?
Yeah, they made a movie about him as well.
Denzel, right? The Hurricane.
Yes, that's it. The Hurricane. Yeah. He would have beat. They're saying that he would have beat Muhammad Ali if he got to fight him.
He was a bad man.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. You know what I mean?
Here we got another question. This one's easy. Who has had more success with Liverpool, Henderson or Gerrard?
Come on, man. That's not
Henderson, isn't it?
It's Hendo. He's won everything.
Yeah,
He's won everything. Question: who in the panel think would be a good manager? You each have to pick one. Oh, wow.
Like a manager out of what? Like where's the
for Liverpool?
What's the pool that we were picking out of?
I guess you just pick a manager for Liverpool.
Former managers?
No, it says who on the panel would you pick? One of us.
Oh, one of us. Okay.
I pick myself.
Here you go.
12
listen, after what 12 man said tonight, and he broke it down and I think that right. I'm picking 12 man. 12 man. Yeah, picking him.
12 man.
I show myself self-love. Oh, you don't play good.
All the way, man.
Look at Redbird. Look. I guess my comment made some laughs. Ferrari would use parts.
Hey, a Ferrari with used parts still Ferrari, isn't it?
True.
Not if the parts ain't working properly.
Very true, that too.
Right?
Yeah, very true.
Man, here's another question. If you was the manager of Liverpool, who's the number 2? You can't have the same. And what's your formation? Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, out of us?
So we have to get rid of Pep, basically, they're saying.
For me, yes. Yeah. If I was the manager, Klopp would be my number 2, but I play in a 4-2-3-1.
If I was a manager, my little brother would be my number 2. Because he knows a lot about football, a hell of a lot about football. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, that day, I'll say this big bad and bold and everything. He was one really that got me to just start obviously supporting Liverpool and following Liverpool back in the day. Do you know what I mean? I used to watch them and I think and just like watch them, but he was the one who really got me into it, and he knows a lot about sports and stuff like that. So I would pick my little brother, and it'll be 4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1, huh? Love that formation.
Okay.
Chris, what are you saying?
Chris looking tired, man. You looking beat up, bro.
4-4-2. I'll
not
go
late.
4-4-2. And I will go with Juan Carlos Osorio. Probably people don't know.
Go on,
about
you.
Who's
People
that?
He was so he got a lot of his schooling in Man City, but he's an international coach. I think tactically he's up there with the best in my opinion, but I don't think club wise he doesn't really have much experience. I think he coached in the MLS, but I think tactically he's up there with the best. But I'll pick him. He's a Colombian manager. So I would do him. Or I will go if you want to go another manager that you guys probably don't know about is Jose Peckerman from Argentina. And I will pick him as well and just go 4-4-2 in my opinion. I think with the amount of attackers we have, I think we could do business in a 4-4-2 with two strikers.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just have to, in my opinion, rebuild the midfield. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me guess. Chris is Latino, right?
Yeah.
Colombia.
Oh God,
I'm always gonna have love for my South American man.
where were you from originally? Where is it from?
Colombia.
I was born in the States and stuff, but I'm Colombian.
Okay, Colombia. Okay, cool. The big booty girls, love it.
Oh, Ensman again. If you guys was a reggae band, what would your name be? Ooh.
United Colors of Benetton.
I would be in the poom poom.
Listen, man, that's not politically correct. Eh? We can't say them things.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought we were after dark and stuff. I'm
We
sorry.
gotta watch this woke culture.
I'm sorry.
Reggae All Stars, man. Reggae All Stars.
Reggae All Stars, huh?
Yeah.
12 man.
Ooh. That's a good question. I'd steal one. I'd go Black Uhuru. Black Uhuru.
Oh, is that you, fam?
Yes.
Is that you?
Yes.
Yo, that's a veteran name I ain't heard for a long time, Black Uhuru.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was good, man.
Who was the lead singer of Black Uhuru? Somebody tell me. If somebody tell me the lead singer.
Black. There was three of them. Oh, at least I remember there was a woman and two guys in the group.
Yeah. One of the guys went solo as well.
Oh, he went solo. Okay.
I give you a clue. He did that tune. Stalker Sensimania, bowling in the backyard.
Oh yeah.
Lighter.
Yeah. He chopped down the cali tree.
Oh yeah. Big up to my daughter. Look, she posted a question here. Which Caribbean island has the best food?
You guys
That's like the woman one. That's like the woman one. Come on now, man. That's like the woman. He can't really say.
I'm gonna take a back seat for this one. I think all of them are good because each island got their own unique one.
Yeah.
Now, but if we're talking variety, though, if you go variety, go Trinidad, boy.
If
Trinidad could cook everything, a little bit of everything.
You know what I like what the Trinidadians do? The roti.
Roti, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, right? They could cook a little bit of everything. Like Bajans can't cook roti as good as Trinidadians. You understand?
No. I don't think anybody could do as good as Trinidadians, to be honest.
I think Guyanese is a shout too.
Yeah, but they're not exactly Caribbean though. And they're not an island.
Yeah, they're part of. They're one of us, man. They're one of us.
They're South American.
South America, yeah.
No, man, they're Chacha man.
But they're part of the West Indies, so they're still part of we. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. Let me see if we got any more.
Can I give my formation?
Go ahead. Yep.
All right. So if I was going to do a formation, just referring back since I didn't get to drop my formation. I would do a 4-2-3-1, but I've been calling for that from the very beginning, and I thought that, truthfully, I think that was going to be Bobby. I've been saying from the beginning of the year that Bobby's natural transition to reinvent himself, to be able to get this whole new creation of what could be the new resurgence of this team would have been putting him at the 10 and making that into an actual formation for us to run. Have Carvalho play as an understudy, and now that we have Gakpo, we could utilize him as a 10 as well. But if we want to do your defense, if we want to structure you into your, hey, we need to do a defensive structure, I would say go to a 5-2-3 and do something.
That's why you should be the manager.
Told you about a good manager. Liverpool future manager that, Liverpool's future manager that,
Facts. Here's a shout here from Greg, man. R9's different, but big Batista can't be forgotten. Batistuta, yeah. Gabriel Batistuta from Argentina was a different beast when it came to
he was a G.
He was a G.
He was a G.
Literally every time Batigol was inside that box, it was going in the goal. There's no doubt. He was different. He was different. So before we close up the show, guys, I'm going to pose a question for all you guys. I know we've got an issue with players coming out of the team in this summer. If FSG says to you, and I'm saying you personally, now you're the manager of the club, I'm giving you £350 million to retool this team in the summer, who you sign in?
Wow.
1 second. Let me make a list.
I can start. This is easy for me.
Yep.
Because there are much players out there that can come to Liverpool without paying, giving up your liver and your heart and all that there, right? But first of all, we gotta get Jude in. Jude for me is top priority this summer. You understand? Jude. Secondly, I need somebody, if we keep him Mo, I need somebody to push Mo. So it have be that what's that right winger called now? She's talking about you all the time.
You're down to 200 million too. We should keep a running tab for everyone. I guess.
What's that right winger lead every time? Diaby? Is that his name?
Yeah.
He got serious injury now, so maybe he
playing.
Okay, good. And for me, that two of them, and my money running out, bro, because I want Garvadal. Back.
Well, Guavadal is going to be 100 million. Jude going to be 150 million.
That's 250.
That's 250.
So my money done.
Mohsen Diaby probably would give you about 50 million. So yeah, you money burn. Actually, you got 50 million more to go.
I still want one more player. I would take Declan Rice.
No, you money burn first.
He's going Arsenal. He's going Arsenal.
Yeah,
for sure. Nothing in for sure yet, man.
That's agreed.
Going to Arsenal too. Remember?
It's a verbal agreement.
Yeah. So. I take in Jude at 150. I go in with Kone, which will cost you about 45. I go in with Mohsen Diaby, which will be another 45. Y'all keep tabs. I'm going to pick up the Asian kid from Napoli at centre back. He probably costs you about another 50. And then I can probably go with Thuram. So he's from Lyon.
Yeah, I know who he is, man.
He'd probably be another 50. And then Mason Mount for the rest. Mount.
Mason Mount?
Yeah.
Bruh. Seriously? Nah. Mason Mount.
Who's next? I'm going last anyway. Who's next?
Chris got knowledge there, boy. Chris, they're picking up.
Chris is going through his he's going through his South American index. I know his South American scouting index.
300 million.
Chris could do a whole 11.
350.
Oh, I'm getting every player I want then. So we're going based on the numbers and transfer mark right now.
Well, 2.5.
So 1, I'm going with Manu Kone.
Yep.
Transfer Mark has him as 25 million.
Oh wow.
And if you look at the reports that have been coming out, Bayern Mönchengladbach has dropped the asking price of 30 million to 27 point something million. You can go check it out and stuff. So that's 25 million right there.
Why is he so cheap? Can I ask? Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know why they dropped. I think they're
Great
going through
player,
financial
though.
crisis. So I'm not really sure, but
Okay.
if you guys know and if you guys watch his game, Kone, to be honest,
Kone is different.
He's different.
He's deep.
I mean,
He's deep.
all right, and I will go with the sporting guy, Manuel Ugarte as a 6. Right now, he's being quoted at 25 million, but obviously, I doubt that he's going to go about 40 to 50 million, in my opinion. So right now, we got 75 million right now. Now, this is probably one of the most expensive players that I have on the list is Nicola Borrello from Inter. 70 million.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Show.
Say it again, Chris. Say it again.
Nicola Borrello. So we're looking at about
100.
100 in total. The 3 players.
Nah, I think you get 60 or 70.
140 million right now for 3 players right now. I'm going to go. You see, Gravado is more expensive, but I'm gonna go with an option that you guys don't know about, or you probably thought about. Because right now he's being quoted at 75 million, Gravado, but forget him. I'm gonna go for Barcelona Araujo for 60 million.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Come
It's only
on.
50 million. It's only 50 million difference.
Araujo is better, in my opinion.
Okay. I never seen him play, so I can't.
Araujo, and then right now 60, so we're 146. They're 200 right now.
Mm.
Now you guys want a right winger? I'll go Chiesa for 60 million.
It's a good show.
And now we have money to spend. We have money to spare and stuff. So there you go. I don't need Jude Bellingham, man. I'm sorry.
Liverpool's new sporting director.
You Michael Edwards, boy. You penny pinch that good.
No, because like guys, can we really sit there and think about it? To be honest, not to because I know you guys want to get off, but 100 million for one player to me is crazy to me.
It's ridiculous.
I agree with you.
Not to sit there and say that Jude Bellingham won't transform us or he isn't generational, but it's just to me it's crazy. 150, we can get 3 players. In just my opinion.
But you know what? It's like I think you get Jude Bellingham for 120. Yeah. So I'm getting Jude Bellingham. Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I'm gonna get Jude Bellingham. I'm gonna get Amrabat, which you probably get for 35 million.
That's a show.
That's a show.
Yeah, they got that. They got this youth.
Let me check how much Amrabat is, because you know what I mean.
About 34 million,
30 or 40 million, probably.
But sorry, Chris, to negate your players, right? We got to get an allotment of English players as well. You pick all foreign players there. You understand what I'm saying?
That is true, but I'm selling Mo Salah, I'm selling Jota, the guys that you don't agree with. I have room. Don't worry.
Okay.
No, but what it is, I'm getting them two. Then I'm gonna go to Sporting Lisbon and buy that guy Edwards. That's the English quota there, fam.
He used to play for Tottenham, right?
Yeah, that's the English quota there, fam.
He's not bad.
Yeah, so you're probably gonna pay about 30 million for him. Yeah. You ain't gonna spend any more than that. Do you know what I mean?
He's a right winger.
Yeah,
He's a right winger.
Yeah, he's a right winger. He plays on the right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's cover for Salah.
Yeah.
That's cover for Salah, and he's saucy as well.
And he's English.
He's English. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's saucy. Bad up Tottenham that time there when I played.
Yeah, I saw that game. Yeah.
He was. So I was looking at him. I thought, who is this you here? Who is this you? And then somebody told me that they used to play for Tottenham. I goes, really?
That's why
he's like 22, 23, I believe. Correct.
He's quality. So you got them. You got So you got them free. So you're probably up to about 200.
Yeah,
it's a 200.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and get Ryan Gravenberch from Bayern Munich. I'm gonna get him because you're spending about 50 million on him. They're gonna charge more than 50 million for him.
Gravenberch to the show.
You're up to 250, and if you're up to 250, all right. So then you got 50 million left. You can probably spend it on.
You got 100 million left.
You got 100 million left. I said
100 million left.
Yeah.
I said 350.
Oh well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get Gravio. That's it. Getting Gravia, that's it. Done.
Done. Yeah.
Gravia, done.
Good show.
Gravia,
12
done.
man.
So we're talking realistic, correct? Because there
Yeah.
are players that, I mean, it's one of those. You ever see those where you can say, "Make me sell," like the "make me sell" price type thing?
Yeah.
Because there's players that I would love to see on this squad that I think would bring us into such crazy unison. Because if anything, I would like to see. All right, I don't know the prices, so that's the one thing. So, do we have our transfer market person to
Chris,
add
I got
up
it, bro.
the-
No
for
worries,
the
man.
ring?
I got you, man. Let me get
All
on.
right.
Chris got you,
Who we
bro.
got? Name them.
All right. So, if we're gonna get players, I'm definitely the Moroccan boy is a
Amrabat.
great, yeah, he's a great shout. But if I can make them, how much is Camavinga?
Ooh.
That's going to cost you some money, though.
Yeah,
One
Real
second,
Madrid
one
don't like
It's
this.
going to cost you some money.
How much is that going to cost me?
How much
Nah,
I
I'm just
You
asking.
probably blew,
I'm
you'll
at
blow your budget.
I'm at
You'll blow your
the
budget.
Gucci store. I know I'm at the Gucci store looking at things. I didn't say I want to try it on. I just said I want to look at it. That's
Postman, you're not too bad. Transfer market has him as 50 million.
all right.
What?
Camavinga.
Camavinga?
Camavinga and contract expires at 2027, so add
because they
another
got
30 on
too
that.
many now, so Camavinga price dropped
80
a little bit,
million.
right?
80 million.
Yeah, like
80
about
million.
80 million.
Yeah, 80 million. 80 million.
All right. Then we still need another midfielder, right? We're trying to place for 5 players, or that's what we're trying to replace.
No, you
Yeah.
can do how much ever you want, bro.
Spend
Yeah.
350.
How long you stay between that 350?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do. Let's do Rice. Let's do Declan Rice.
My
Right.
brother.
I got you. 1 second. Rice is
Yeah,
out
man.
currently.
My brother.
All right, so this is the issue now.
What are we at? What are we at, Rice?
Rice is currently valued at 80 million.
That's and he's English, so that's gonna be 120.
Okay. If
No,
we're
but he has
if,
1 year. He has 1 year left, so I think 80 is probably you can get him for 80. I think.
all right,
Yeah.
well then, if that's the case, then we might as well just go. We might as well just delve into it because that's what's the difference between 80 and 120, right?
Mm.
So I'll just pick up Jude then instead of Declan. Can I do that?
But they're
So now
now
I'm down to 150. Huh?
Wait, time out. So we got 25 million for Amrabat, 80 million for Camavinga, and then who?
Oh no. So far, I'm only going in for because I'm trying to replace our midfield. That's basically what I'm trying to do. That's my focus. I think our front line is pretty stocked as long as those injuries don't really bring us down. I think we do need a center back. It'll be nice to see Ramsey play. I believe that he could really be an answer. I know. I believe he can be an answer to sub in, but I also, now that we re-signed Gomez, I just moved Gomez to right back. Left back, Simicast is a shout, but I'd like to get that's my star player I want to really get is Davies. I'd like to go to Bayern Munich and get Davies.
Alfonso Davies.
Fonzie.
That would
He's
be
rapid, you know.
He's
rapid.
rapid.
The
He
ability-
is very rapid.
The ability to play 3 positions on the left is what I see out of him, and that's something that could be. He could not only be left back, but he could also play left mid. He could play.
Fonzie's expensive though. Fonzie's going for 70 million.
Easy.
That's what they
70.
value about. They can actually sell him for more, bro. It's not gonna be.
I know, I get that, but I mean, hey, we can all
70
dream,
million.
right?
Hey,
I
what
got
do
him
you
on
guys
FIFA
think of
23,
Madison?
60.
What do you guys think of James Madison?
Injury prone.
Injury prone.
Injury prone.
I
I
need
like
a 10.
Carvalho better, man.
I need a 10, and we don't play a 10.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
Carvalho
yeah.
rotting in the basement, bro.
Yeah.
So, all right, so I'd
Stop
have,
that.
It's true.
and or how about how much? I know he just resigned, but how much is Saka? How much is Saka?
Ooh.
Everybody,
You're selling more.
No.
Honestly, I like where you're going at. I like where you're going at, but
But we're talking realistic here, no 12 man.
no, now we're back to realistic. Oh,
all right,
okay,
but
now-
Kyle Saka.
You said I could do anything. That's
Yeah,
what
you
I'm
can do what you
saying.
want,
I
but
can do what I want.
realistically,
Because I'm just going now.
contract expires. Well,
They just
he
resigned. I know.
hasn't signed a new year yet.
Is it Martinelli? Did Martinelli sign, or is it
Yeah,
Saka?
they all signed up.
His contract expires in 2024. He's currently valued at $100 million.
Who, Saka?
Yeah, I'm good on Saka.
Of course, man. Young Englishman, of course.
I'm good on that. I primarily Garvidal is how you pronounce his name.
Yeah,
Croatian.
yeah.
I'd have him at. I'd bring him as center back. I would for my midfield. I would love to get Davies if we could get him, because I believe that truthfully Tsimikas is on the verge of possibly leaving. I truly think this might be his last year.
Oh, he ain't leaving, man.
He loves it here, but I mean the
He's a
realistic
Greek
thing.
scout, man. The Greek scout.
No, but I know he wants playing time.
He wants to play, man. He wants to play.
And if someone offers you money, you go. I get that you get. I want him to love us as much money.
You're joining my side, man. Let them go, man.
Yeah, but
get them out of here.
Yeah.
Chris, in that transfer market, put this player's name in.
Copy.
Malik, Malick, 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 Thea, Thiaw.
1 second.
He plays for AC Milan. He's a center back, German kid.
He can be
German
cheap.
kid.
Man.
He's German in Finland. He plays for AC Milan. His contract currently expires in 2027. He's currently valued at $6 million.
He's gonna be cheap, bro.
Look out for that kid.
60 million.
$6 million. His development. He comes from Leverkusen. Went to whatever that German team. You know,
Mönchengladbach.
Schalke, and then from Schalke he went to AC Milan for $6 million.
Watch that kid.
He can play currently defensive mid, right back, center back.
Listen, I want a prospects, man. I want players that could come in his team.
Bro, he ain't a prospect.
I want a prospects, man.
He is in Milan's first team.
Oh, Rasta, why do you think that way? Why do you think?
Because
you think we're just too good enough to
no, because Klopp don't play prospects, bro. The man's a stubborn man. That's why I tell people I'm one of the first men to say Klopp out. I don't give a crap what people say, bro. The man's stubborn to bumba Klopp.
Oh man,
stubborn.
Oh man.
Understand? He run out of ideas. He got no plan B.
Look at 12 man's face right there. Look at 12
man's
face.
Rasta come a slew man, you know, slew Klopp, you know.
Bro,
slew them. Slew them and be feelings them and carry.
You know what I think? You know what I think too? I think
facts, man.
You know what my issue too, I think. We haven't really talked on it, to be honest, but it's like apparently Klopp has an opinion, or he has the say in regards to who is coming as sporting director. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with it either.
In my opinion, I believe managers come and go. In my opinion, right?
Listen, you see this shout here? You see Kim Min-jae from Napoli?
Yeah,
he's such a good center back. What is his price?
Yeah.
I got you right now. Give me a second.
No, we're talking about Klopp though. Y'all men ain't Klopp out.
No, not right
now.
You're
saying Chris is our chief scout. It's Chris our chief scout.
Who?
Chris is our chief scout, isn't it? You're a chief scout, isn't it?
He is.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, man. You see?
I tell you,
I just like honestly, like on my downtime.
The only problem with Napoli is that they don't like selling players.
Nah, like their owner is a shrewd man. He's not.
He is.
You can sell him when he reaches 30, like how they sell
Kim Min-jae,
the guy in Chelsea.
Okay, so Kim Min-jae is 26 years old. His contract expires in 2025. Wait, he only signed a 3-year deal. That's crazy. He went to Napoli on a $14 million deal. He's currently valued at $35 million.
Not bad.
I think it's a smart move. Why, Bajan? Because you get into that South American market. You get into that marketing-wise, South American-wise. We're gonna get the money back, sports, shirt-wise
and that stuff. And then you sell Joe Gomez.
That's the thing, guys. Don't you think? Okay, I completely agree. But if we sell an English player, shouldn't we bring in an English player back just to not hamper us homegrown wise?
Don't need to. You got some English players coming back from off alone. Tyler Morton, those guys.
That's my guy right there, man.
Ben Doak.
You've got English players.
He's not homegrown.
Oh, he's not. Oh.
Tyler Morton's homegrown.
That's my guy right there. Low key, I think he'll do more. He'll have a better career than Joe Gomez.
I agree.
Not Joe Gomez. The Curtis Jones.
On Gomez.
The Curtis Jones. The Curtis Jones. Sorry.
Curtis Jones.
What kind of motor is it? What is he
Center
like
mid.
a 6? 8?
He's like a 6. He's like
He's
a
a
6.
6.
CDM, right?
He's a CDM.
Yeah.
6'8", but he's a 6.
Listen, man, Gomez just need a bush bat and a psychiatrist. Oh, and he can be good to go.
No. Honestly,
Leighton Clark's out on loan, isn't he?
He's out on loan too.
I think Liverpool.
Yeah, he's good as well, you know.
I think he needs a therapist. I think.
Yeah, that's what he needs, a therapist. Because he loses concentration so easily, man. It's like, you know what I mean?
That's a good shout.
I love Joe Gomez, man. I don't care what people say, but he's too many lapses, man. Too many lapses. Like
a bad man, that you know.
For me, get him out of here.
A bad man, that you know. A bad man, that you know. I saw London who come from in it. He's still there.
Is he?
South London didn't come from it. The man's a cat for you, you know. Them men go easy, you know. Yeah, bad. You see, we did to Sterling that time. We Sterling trying to move to him. He looked at him and said, "Who are you moving to, blood? Who are you moving to, fam? You know, hit me one of them ones." And that rapid Gomez when he's ready in a star. The one I rate at the day mostly, and then the centre back I rate mostly in the day, right? And I'll say this to the day I die. It's Kanati and I think that right. Man don't play you.
Bad man right there, man.
There's a bad man. Did you see we did to Fred that time there? Fred tried to put on him. He's like, move, man. What happened to you?
Get out of here.
I had you, dog.
If you guys don't watch him play, I think the Barcelona center back Araujo, the Uruguayan.
Yeah.
Bro, I've never seen a player like consistently pocket Vinicius Jr. like he does. Like,
yeah, he's good.
It doesn't matter what he does. Like, he's always winning that battle. I'm like, it's crazy. Like,
yeah.
I think over the years, I think when you look at Uruguayans center backs, they produce good center backs over the years.
Yeah, right. Remember Coates?
I think
he wasn't that good.
But what about Godin? Coates, he used to play for Liverpool.
He was good, you know.
He wasn't that good.
No, did you see that bicycle kick he did against Chelsea?
Uncle, you only picking one moment though.
No, but he was good though. But you know what? I know about him picking one moment, but what I'm saying about Coates in the day, right, is the fact that he was good, but I just don't think he got a chance at Liverpool because remember the day we had Kenny Dalglish at that time.
Yeah.
And Kenny Dalglish didn't like playing foreign players. He liked his English players or British players. He didn't really sort of like foreign players. He made an exception in the day for Luis Suarez and everything that because Luis Suarez was ripping up trees. He was ripping up trees. You know what I mean? But he didn't really. Kenny Dalglish at the day did not like foreign players. He didn't really like foreign players because remember the day, you know, when Kenny Dalglish come in, Dirk Kuyt couldn't get a game, you know, and Dirk Kuyt was one of our best players. Dirk Kuyt couldn't get a game. He just wouldn't play him. Do you know what I mean? So I think with Coates, I don't think he got that chance at the day that he deserved. He was a good player. I'm sorry. I rated Coates. Okay, when it comes to Uruguayans and Uruguayan players and all that, right?
Ask 12 man.
Uruguayan players and Uruguayan players at the day, right? Yeah. You got to think where it's South America, you know, South America, and they got that South American mentality. It's do or die. You know what I mean? They do it because at the end of the day, what they got to go back to, do you know what I mean? They have to make it. You know what I mean? That's what you find out these South American players and everything that, right? No matter what part of South America come from, most of them, I'm not saying all of them, but most of them at the day are fucking ballers. They are ballers and they do things on the ball and everything that we can only dream of. We can only dream of anything that. Do you know what I mean? Because at the day they got a mentality at the end of the day, right? Do or die. Simple as do or die.
Yeah. Well, fellas, we've been streaming for 3 hours as a first live stream. This has been a great night, man. We had some good conversation.
Yeah, man.
Great show.
Glad to meet everybody, man.
Bless you guys for coming on. Uncle Rods, tell the people where they can get you at, man. Go on.
Yeah, but I want to first say, Bajan Barnes, listen, great channel. I think that I enjoyed every bit of the discussion tonight, man. Every bit of discussion tonight. and I've had you on my channel and from that, and you topped up well as well. Do you know what I mean? And you're in the group, and it's a great channel. Nobody at the end of the day has got any excuse not to like and subscribe to your channel. Great channel, and you put out some really good stuff. So full respect to you, brother, and keep up the good work, brother. Because you always get support from me, brother. As a fella Caribbean man, still, you understand me? You know what I mean?
Yep.
We're neighbors, blood. We're neighbors. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yep.
So so great show, great show. We covered a lot of good topics and everything, and we had a good chat. Great show. But you guys can find me on Anfield Uncle Roz on YouTube. Okay, I'm on YouTube. Anfield Uncle Roz, got my channel over there. I chop it up with Bajan Barnes. He's been on my show, and he's coming on my show tomorrow for the panel debate show. Still, so Rasta Crab, if you're free, you're more than welcome. Liverpool Tough Man, if you're free, you're more than welcome, my friend. And also Chris as well, you're more than welcome on the show tomorrow. And for that, the panel debate show, we just chop it up and stuff. You know what I mean? A bit like this. Do you know what I mean? So you can find me on Anfield Uncle Roz. I'm also on Instagram as well, which is the same name as Anfield Uncle Roz, and the same name for Twitter as well. So I'm on all those three fronts, yeah, on social media. But guys, at the end of the day, do not forget to like and subscribe to Bajan Barnes' video tonight. I don't want you leaving, and at the end of the day, I'm not subscribing to his channel. Before you leave, it only takes a second. Like and subscribe. Only takes a second. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, big up your chest, you. Big up your chest.
12 man, thanks for coming tonight, man. It's been a great night. Angel, bless, brother. Appreciate it.
None but love, man. Like, you know what I mean? Just wanted to come and show some support, man.
I appreciate it, man. All love. Rasta Crab, brother, we got the.
Feel free to invite me anyway. I did.
Yeah, of course.
I cheap as hell. Just invite me and I did. You understand?
Yeah, man, you're there, man.
I'm ready to chop up anything with anybody.
I need to get on the show, man. Seriously, real talk,
I got
man.
love for everybody, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, go for man.
Everyone,
big balance serious.
Have yourself a good night.
Yes, bless.
Yeah, man, bless.
Bajan Reds is out.
All right. See you later.
Love and respect. Love and respect.
Panel.
Peace out, everybody.
All love to the chat. Thank you.
Yeah.
Peace.
Love and respect.